Oh dear.
Fingers crossed.
Got the
Hello, everyone. Hopefully, if we should be live.
I'm alive.
As opposed to medically dead, which.
Ninth petition is. 10th petition almost.
I believe we are.
We are live.
In the house.
Broadcasting live.
Now, are we making noises? Hang on a minute.
I'm making plenty.
Yeah, we are.
Noises.
Yeah, excellent.
Ninth petition.
Lovely.
I believe we are.
We are here.
There's an echo.
Hello, everyone.
There's not.
And welcome to the Warboss Show. Live, girls dancing, and also 5 old twats. Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, before we get started, just think before I forget, because I've had 2 pints since tonight. That's a lot for me. So before I forget, Tom said, the old Mad Doc said that the 40k Ork community build and paint challenge this month is Warprol, obviously. So it's anything fast. It's just fast. The theme is fast, right? Get building.
Congratulations, we are the announcement vector.
Yeah. Well,
Down in the description, people. Down in the description, there's a link to the Discord if you want to go over and get involved. They do. Tom runs these competitions every month, and you should get involved because they're awesome.
You should indeed. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sid's been banned.
I was just thinking I might get involved this month because I've got a buggy, which I could just chuck in.
Tommy Max just asked, any angry truckers this week, Dred?
Hopefully not. Hopefully it's Easter weekend, so hopefully they're not going to be around. You know, it's like been quiet today, but I've just come back from being at the pub. I had some food and a couple of drinks at the pub, so I'm hoping that I'll come back and there's nobody about. So hopefully it's quiet. I mean, I emptied out
This
the
is
car
a pint.
today,
They're coming pints.
Oh,
Dread 5 minutes later.
One whiff of the barmaid's apron.
This is.
yeah.
Yeah. It isn't Christmas, but it's still Dread visiting Santa's blotto.
I had a pint of Sussex Best Bitter. It was lovely.
Was it Suffolk's Best Bitter?
It is, yeah.
It is when I'm not there.
Northeast Best Bitter, sitting right there.
I have been fermenting for 39 years, so
Just slowly fizzing.
Really?
should get a whiff. It's not much of a head on it though.
Who's missing in action there? I just got the screen just flashed round to empty seat. Who was that, Steve-O?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the 4 Warbosses and Steve-O's cooch.
It's the 4 Warbosses and 4
Is
commemorative.
what?
Oh, there it is.
He means his cock,
Right.
probably. I don't know.
I only get one picture up at a time, don't I? Because I'm on phone, so it
Me
just
too
flashed
today.
between it flashed between talking heads and empty couch. I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Steve-O, isn't it?
Well, all this talking head nonsense is on a road to nowhere. Just saying.
Oh dear.
Come on inside.
So we've got.
We're really going to have to start piping the sound of crickets into these videos, aren't we?
Yeah.
Got
How would that be
the
different from any other time?
We've got the announcement for Warboss.
Apparently that's copyrighted. I'll try.
So, David, do you want to carry on with the introduction?
Yeah, that would probably be a good plan, wouldn't it? Stay on target. And we can't
Dread
do
did
that
as
'cause-
usual. Interrupt the intro.
2
Bollocks,
point
did I?
Dread. He's already sort of like chucked his oar in. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Dread Wargaming Show.
No.
Joined
Not
by these
allowed.
other gits.
Didn't
Banned.
there used to be a channel called that
Yeah, there was.
2 years ago?
I
Yeah.
think
It wasn't
many
very
moons ago.
successful.
No. Well, here we go.
More successful than the fucking hobby get, I can tell you.
Just
Jesus.
about to get an Idic beer resuscitation revival.
Yeah, sort of. Mate.
That's assuming you can get into your account. You can get into your account, can't you, Dread?
I haven't tried.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, I did a live stream the other week, and that went all right.
Right, yeah.
Like, yeah. So I
As
must
long
be
as you
able
can
to.
get
Yeah.
into the account, because I would half expect you
What
to.
I'm more worried about is can I get down to Portsmouth? Because at the moment I've still got a shock missing on the back of the car, so like it's like knocking like a motherfucker. So I need to get that fixed before Friday. So I've got to hope the part comes in, and then I've got to hope that I'm smart enough to take it apart and fix it myself.
No.
Welcome
Oh,
to
you're
this
fat, then, you're
live
never gonna
40k hobby video, people.
You know, just holding our end up. We do
I bought
have.
some bread today. Is it interesting,
Right
anyone?
outwards.
See, this is why I talk all the time. Because what's the point in listening to that sort of shit, eh? My life's way more important.
Right, okay. I'm taking control again. Well, I'm not, but, you know.
Go for it.
Try. You could
right.
fucking well try.
I can fucking real
Go on, Tim.
I know who's the bigger fucking gobshite of me
Dominators.
and you, and it is easily me. No fucking contest. Fucking Southerners. Anyway, anyway, hello and welcome. We are going to talk about our progress of hobby-related stuff because obviously it's not long till the meet now, and even I'm panicking and worrying about like shit. I've got to actually turn up with something resembling
Sound like you to be last minute.
army. Oh, well, I've made my life very, very easy because basically I've just gone Gretchen and Grot tanks, which I already have a lot of. So, but I did decide to do some, for myself, I decided to do some HQ stuff. So we're all working on stuff. We're all quite working frantically. If I can get it to work, there will be a short video presentation. Well, I say short, a 10-minute video presentation, which we shall talk over at some point during this live stream, providing I can get the fucking thing to work.
Oh, this isn't your PowerPoint presentation about how 40k is crap, is it? It was like 4 hours long.
That's not 10 minutes.
Oh, it had all them like Zen diagrams of like people that like Matt Ward, people that like, you know, shit game mechanics, and then here is you, and yeah, it was intensive.
I mean, I could summarise it and just, you know, just point sort of in the vague direction.
I'd rather
of
sit
Nottingham.
for another health and safety conference again, quite frankly.
No, it's not that. It's not that video. This is a video just of pictures and some shit editing because it wasn't done by. Oh, Clint disappeared.
Lost
Clint's like, I'm out. I'm out.
she just jumping from a sinking ship. As
It's just
There's going to be a fight in here. I can sense it.
it's Deborah Meaden whenever anything is pitched on Dragon's Den. You've offended me. I'm out.
That is true.
Dragon's Den, by the way, for our American viewers, because we probably have some.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's what we call Shark Tank.
Not anymore, we haven't.
That's what they call it.
And Americans, your version of it is shit. Like
They
Dragon's
don't
Den's so
have
much
dragons
better.
in the States.
And your version of The Apprentice is crap as well. It's just nowhere near as good.
You've upset Clint.
And the office.
Fucking hell. Sounds like Clint's off to a roaring start with... Oh, here we go. Third time's the charm. Come on. Come on. Yes.
All right, Clint? Are you okay?
Don't know.
Help!
Well, it must be normal, because Clint attempted to say 2 words and was immediately interrupted by Steve or Dread. Or me. So, you know, looks all right. Yeah.
Oh, Clint's here, is he?
Normal service has resumed.
Why do you mock the one who can most easily give you a good hiding? Because he's the closest. You know, it's just...
Actually, Clint and Steve-O were like literally equal distance from me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the middle.
Okay.
That's where I like it.
Yeah. Look, spruce. It's the mech gun kit. Hey, look at that.
You've got some money.
I don't want to see it until you've done something interesting with it, mate. Jesus.
I think this mech gun kit is the one I got from Scar for basically nothing. So, yeah.
Lucky bastard.
Oh, here we go.
I never get anything for nothing.
You did. You have.
I do, yeah.
You have,
I do,
Dread.
actually, yeah.
I gave you a load of hobby tools. I gave you a load of shit to
Shut
take
up!
with you.
What's going on about it?
Jesus. So anyway, guys, what have you been up to in your hobbying world?
Is this a cue for the video?
Yeah.
Is this the audience you're talking to or us?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
affirmative.
I'm making it clear why I should never be in charge of these things.
No, I think you're doing a smashing job. I just like being a pain in the ass.
Not that we've ever noticed, Dread. It's fine.
You know I'm happy when I'm a complete wind-up.
Yeah. The rest of the time he's asleep, boys and girls. So,
Scrapping fuckers. I'm happy.
yeah. Have we all decided on lists, I suppose, is what
Yeah.
we should say. I probably
Yes.
have.
I've had mine conjured for the last 6 months or so because I'm like, okay, right, we're doing a battle. I need to have it planned. I need to fucking start some miniatures that aren't the ones I used last time. Pretty
Cool.
much done it, yeah. I say pretty much done it. We'll see that in a minute because we're going to, see.
Well, I've not been doing anything recently that's related to the meetup because I already had it done. The last thing I finished for it was the truck, which was recent, but I've
that was
done
recent,
a few
yeah.
things. I've done a few things since then. Well, started a few things, not finished yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's very recent on anyone else's terms of things, but yeah, it's kind of historic for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was spinning a few plates. I had a few things
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
go at the same time, and I started some things before the truck, around the same time, but I haven't finished them yet. And stuff like that.
So I suppose the crucial question is, Sid, have you definitely made your mind up what you're taking?
Yeah, I'm taking squigs.
Yeah, you definitely have.
I'm taking
yeah.
the squig list.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not 100% set on the list yet, but I'm 15 points shy of 1,000. So I'm like, it doesn't fit well. That's like, I need to spend that 15 points, but I can't unless I rejig it in some way. But if I do, it'll be minor tweaks.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go 5 points over, but weren't allowed. So now I've got a really much more boring list that I had to fucking tweak to make it. Yeah. But anyway,
But you're not making a song and dance about it, Dread, so that's fine.
5 points.
It must be nice. It must be nice, though, Sid, mustn't it, to have the option to swap things out for other things because you've got other things finished.
Yeah.
That must be nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I suppose I too
But
can
when
do
you're in
this,
that
but
position, you don't want to forget about other people not being in that sort of position. You know what I mean?
Or people that want to
You
cheat
know what
and
I
not
mean?
stick within the points limit, you mean?
Fuck off, you.
I wondered why he was constantly ambling for us to put the points up to 150. 1,500.
Are we not doing 1,500?
No, 1,000, Dread. You've known
my
this
God.
the whole time.
Yeah. I'm still bringing 2,000 though.
Of course he is.
Dredd wants to do 3,000 point games, finish all the games in one day.
I'm going to play a 2,000 point battle on Wednesday. So I'm actually looking to have the same things that I'm working on at the moment, like finished, hopefully, as much as I can for Wednesday, because I'm going to record a battle report. So I'm going to do 2,000 points and a battle report at my mate's house. What can go wrong?
Would you like a list?
We'll have the Deliveroo on the go and all of that, so we won't even have to think about too much else. We just play the game. I've already got a script-ish, kind of.
Yeah,
I've got a full list because you're not going to know what's going to happen. So
just seeing Daggers is putting in the comments there, 15 points could get you an enhancement. It could, but I'm kind of light on characters who haven't already got enhancements. I think I've only got 2, and I've already. You can't put
enhancements
on knobs, can you? Like unit knobs.
No.
Got to be characters.
Yeah, I thought so. So no,
Well,
your camera's frozen for me.
I've seen a few knob enhancers, but
tested a few of them out, haven't you?
They keep coming up on my Instagram feed for some curious reason. I don't know why.
None of them fucking work.
he means his knob. Literally. And figuratively. And I suppose metaphorically.
Stop him.
Yeah. I've got a grot tank list.
Don't fucking copy me.
What are you talking about? Like, I did grot tanks before it was cool.
No, I did. I made it cool. I was one that actually made it cool.
They're still not cool.
No.
They're still not cool.
You did it before it was cool, and then I come along and did it, and then it become cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Is that how we do it? Is it just getting rid of grammar? Seems to be how it happens, isn't it? Getting rid of grammar and wearing a hat.
In it.
I didn't realise it was that fucking easy.
In it. Dreaded the list as soon as they got powerful.
Fuck off. It's just about fucking took me since I started my channel till now to fucking get them finished.
Are they?
Painted. That's what it is.
Are they powerful? Because I really fucking hope not. I want that spoon.
They are quite powerful. I think they're good, me. I think grot tanks are good. It depends on what you give them Grodzukas and
yeah.
I don't know, Grodzukas might be alright against lots of.
Don't worry, Tim. You won't be using them half as skillfully as I will be. Oh, kick-ass.
How many have you got?
4.
Oh,
1,000 points.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got 12 plus 2 grot megas.
In the 1,000 point. Oh, okay.
Yeah. 10 Gretchen.
I've
got
eight
absolutely no core whatsoever. There is no core in my list at all.
2,000 if you want to play that.
Because the choice of core was boys
Just shut up about your 2
or snaggers. So fuck that. If it was grots, I would have had 1 unit. But I've got 10 grots plus the runtard. Zodgrod.
Oh, the wheelchair grot.
And a mech, which I'm representing with a grot tank, and a Deathkiller Wartrike, which I'm representing with a grot tank. So it's a full grot tanky list.
But you don't just mean
an
out-the-box grot tank, do you, Dim? You mean a specially customised grot tank to represent.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's one of the it's one of the Foxbox ones, which now you get through Ramshackle because Curtis bought them off my friend Morgan, who designed them. I've just taken the death roller off for a moment. I figured, how do I make it a trike? Well, I realised, what I could do is I could make a detachable. Hang on a minute, a detachable roller, and stick it on the front, and then put that on the ludicrously oversized oval base that it's supposed to go on, and then, I've got a nice little death killer. Yeah. And I've got a mech grot, fixie machine on the other one of the other grot tanks that you can get from Foxbox that you now get through Ramshackle. But I've been sitting on these for quite a while because I bought them when Foxbox still had its website, so
Yeah,
They are a bit pricey to get individually, but they are very nice, distinctive looking grot tanks, which I think lends them quite well to being character tanks. If you want
I
to,
think I was gifted them actually. I was quite lucky in it.
Just comes with the territory of grot tanks, isn't it? To be bloody expensive.
yeah. I mean, I still think. I mean, I've
For
not looked at
no reason at all.
I've not looked at.
No reason for that price.
I've not looked at the price in a while, but the last I checked, the Cromlech was still the best, the cheapest option, aside of Forgery World.
They're the same price as Forge World.
Yeah, but you get the options you actually want.
Or you might get the options. Yeah, there's much better third-party ones out there. Or just building.
Oh, I keep forgetting about the STL market. I keep forgetting it exists because
Our very own the Pale Ork does some nice ones.
Yeah.
We don't have an cheap
And
actually.
the STL Files, he does them for an absolute pittance, really.
He does, yeah.
But he's made good money from it because he's kept it reasonably priced.
Yeah, we charge just
Games
like
Workshop.
a couple of Australian dollars. Literally $2 Australian, I think, or 2 or 3 per.
They look really good, actually. They do look really good. There's a bunch of them you can get out there, and obviously you can make your own from scratch. We might see examples of that tonight, very possibly, but not from me, oddly enough. All mine are official because I'm boring. I should have made my own from scratch, to be honest. I really should have done, but I never did it. It requires plasticard, and as you'll see,
The official
my
ones
plasticard
are
skills are shit, as you're going to see when you see pictures. So, yeah.
The Forge World ones are stunning, though, aren't they? They're fantastic.
Oh, nice.
They are. They're stupidly priced, but they are
Price is
beautiful
ridiculous.
models.
Yeah, they are. They are really nice. I just kept buying a bag every time I was at Warhammer World. I went for yearly meets and picked up a bag, and then maybe a Grot Mega as well. And before I knew it, I had 3 Grot Megas and I had loads of Grot tanks. I was just like, all right, well, I've accrued these. I shall build them. And that's just how it happened, really. I'd never.
Nice.
And now I've got to the point where, if I want to do them as a hobby project, it's almost pointless because of the rule of 3. I think I can only make a few more. Because I think
24 is your maximum.
yeah. Because I think I've got I've either got 20 or I've got 24. So it would be a redundancy, really. So
I got about 36 when I last checked, I think.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, Junebugs arrived
Nice.
late. We're talking about what we're planning to make
Got
for
tanks,
the
we're talking about tanks.
boss meet at the end of the month. Just been talking about stuff that we've got. Shall we see if I can get this flipping video to work? I'm just paranoid that we'll not get it to work.
Well, start crack open another mature drink.
I'm steering off the alcohol today. I think that's probably.
It's back in my childhood, man. Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff
I thought you
Ice,
said
don't
when a
we?
mature drink. I thought you was going for that old bottle of Yazoo that's been knocking about.
Taste of the teenage years, yeah.
Can't get out the bottle. No, I saw it in the shop.
But they are not offering Spa.
It's fucking horrible.
Do you think? I think it's nice.
Right. So before I set this away, chat.
It's very nice.
Can you pretty please tell me if you can hear us? We'll have to probably wait a little bit till they catch up.
I mean, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I'll go mute and I'll have a little listen into the.
So, can people hear us? Can hear. Excellent. Excellent. Right, we'll get cracking then. So there's no sound on this, but I'm just going to kind of edit it and we'll go from there. Edit it. I'm going to play it and then we can go from there. So it's just a little...
Are you going to pause it if we have little chats about stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've given 30 seconds in between each picture, so there's plenty of time.
I suppose it stills in it, so we can just pause it as soon as we get onto it. Really.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think of that, to be honest. I just kind of threw it together. Right. So let's
Clever,
go.
but always at the last
So
minute.
what I did was I asked the Warbosses to come up with a bunch of pictures of what they've been up to. So we're going to see some of that, and it's going to be me getting me out of the way first. So let's go. Right, let's go. I need to do it like that, don't I? So.
Oh, there's like a little bit. That's good.
Look at
All the rebel stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to make us.
Yo,
This will make
hey,
us
it's starting to
competitive.
roll
It's
out.
like, it's like a progress
Ooh.
report at school.
So this is what I've got so far. So these are the two sort of character grot tanks. I'll just sort of pause it in a second because, oh crikey, we are going to get through this quick if I don't. But
That's a lot better than trying to shaky cam view it. I'll tell you.
yeah.
They look really cool, mate. I love the death roller with the. You've even got the rebel star on the roller itself.
That was an
as well.
absolute bastard.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I can imagine.
Yeah. It's a little melty on the top. Once I've got it painted up, people will probably be able to see a little better that I kind of slightly milked it up at the top. But that death roller took a while, and the worst of it is that it was the textured plastic art, getting that to bend around the roller was basically impossible, because the trick I was using a lighter to heat it up to then press it down and then hold it together firm with a hair bobble. And basically, with the textured plastic art, if I did that, it just got rid of the texture immediately, even if I just burnt the opposite side. So I had to do a few tricks, which mostly just involved relying on the plastic glue, or gluing it to a solid piece of plastic art and just warming that piece of plastic art, and that saved it, which is why there's like double layered plastic art down the bottom. I do need to stick some detailing on it, so there's a little bit of spikes and rivets and things to go on it.
And it's a death roller, mate, so it's going to take a battering in it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it'll be crusted with
Yeah,
grease
and
mud
I need
blood.
to do the detailing and stuff. But the basic plastic card is done. I have kind of glued it in place, but the pipe is removable. So, and yeah.
What about that AA gun looking one at the back? What's that behind it? Looks like a
This.
Yeah, it looks like an AA gun.
It's not an AA gun. It's something from the galvanic servo hauler. So the idea is that is a mech. That is going to be my mech character.
Right.
Very, very big base, really. I'm probably gonna have to end up basing this entire army. I think very possibly just because the Death Killer War Track's going to have to go on a base to be game legal. But the idea is it's like a fixing thing, and I'm also going to say, oh, that's my custom mega pistol as well, or whatever it's called.
Nice.
And I've got like a crane operating grot. As a matter of fact, if I just spin this on a little bit and we get to the next picture. I didn't put it for 30 seconds, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. It'll be coming up now. There we are. So we've got the side-on view.
Here we go. Woo.
So you can see I've got like the workings of a crane operator there.
Is that a metal slug tank as well?
It's very much supposed to be a metal slug tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I said, they're both from Foxbox, and you can get them both on Ramshackle.
Nice.
I've got that.
Ramshackle games. Yeah. I think the Grot Commander in the top is from the Forge World Grot tanks. I think it's either that or the Cromlech ones. But looking at the face,
Very nice.
I think it is a Forge World one. And
Like
then
the cap and the epaulets and what have you.
yeah, I'm very pleased with how the sort of like the shotgun thing worked out, because I just decided to make it one turret thing, and sort of made it almost Gatling gun, but also like kind of like I can't remember what they're called, but it's like the AA-12 shotgun. So it's got that drum barrel at the back, and I used the classic Imperial Guard searchlight to make the drum barrel bit. And there's also
I love that piece. That's so versatile, that piece.
Bit of a fantasy orc shield, really old circular one, and then a Olga gut plate that I had spare, which connects it to the turret. It's held in place with blue tack, so you can see a little bit of the blue tack. And then there's some Def Dread bits scattered about on all of the various pieces, and some truck bits, because, you know, truck bits are great. Right, we've seen that, so we'll spin on a bit. And then we should be coming up to the next one shortly.
I do like the little crane operator mind.
Oh yeah, the crane's coming along
awesome.
decent. I've almost finished it. The crane up. Oh well, I'll just spin it back for a second, just a teeny second.
When it's grots, you just have to have exposed crude.
Can you see there?
You're not going to see the grots.
That just kind of blew my mind. But basically, the grot itself is from the Auger scrap launcher, which is a very, very good source. I think I mentioned that last week. Is a very good source for grot
we
riggers.
chatted about that.
Yeah. That is a chimera plate thing, and that literally follows the contours of the feet and the legs, so it fits in exactly, almost like it was supposed to be a seat.
Nice.
So I've got a little bit of detail and work to do on the top. Obviously, there's a face to add on, there's arms to add on, and I've used like the truck command console, and yeah, that'll look decent when it's done. I've got a little bit orkifying to do to the actual sort of like the weldy arm or whatever it is to make it look a bit more orky. But yeah, I'm happy with where they are. They'll be ready for the meet. So
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
yeah. And then yeah, there's my Zogwart. I took a better picture, and I could immediately see mold lines, which upsets me.
That's always
It's nice
when
that
you take a photo.
you can make out what he is now.
Yeah. But yeah, I've double checked that is a Cromlech grot that I got the upper torso from, and then there's Defroller Doomwheel, Skaven Doomwheel engineer legs, which clips directly into the Admech. What they're called? Is it destroyers? They're not called destroyers, are they? I can't remember what they're called.
Breachers.
Yeah, whatever they are.
One of the types is a breacher.
Those
anyway.
Sentinel tank track things is where I got the tracks from.
Gadgets with the big guns. And
These bits, I think, are from Robotech. I think there's one on either side in the same spot, just because I didn't want the Admech badge to still be there. These bits are off the mech garage kit, like I keep saying. That is a fucking amazing kit, everybody. I was really pleased when Clint picked it when we did our best kits to convert with, because I've used it for so many things.
But were you sad when you voted for it?
Yeah, very. Very.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very underrated, because it's hard to make use of some of it because of the size of some of it, but it'll all be incredibly useful. And yeah,
there's some great little bits and bobs and trinkets in there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, it's one of the best kits that we've got for bits and bobs, and free terrain. Just buy the kit, use the bits, and there's a bit of terrain thrown in there as well. It's not bad for what you get, really. Right.
Nice engine in there as well.
I have used that engine on a certain squig off that I did.
Yeah, snip the chains off. Oh.
The mech kit's gone now. Oh.
Is it?
What?
That's what Tommy's saying in the comments.
No, it's just be
The
mad
garage
order,
is
won't it?
gone.
No, it'd be gone from the stores because they don't sell it in the stores. But you'll be able to get it on the website, surely.
Fingers crossed.
It's a new enough kit.
Yeah.
Sure, somebody could check on the official site and see if they've got it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
What mech are we talking about?
The mech shop.
The mech shop.
Oh yeah, that won't be gone.
It might be gone because it's a good value prospect, because you get all of those terrain bits and a load of cool bits to make things with. Anyway, that's me. So let's spin on. I think we've got, if I remember rightly, we've got Clint next, I think. There we go. Oh, hang on. Let's do this properly.
Oh dear. You don't want to do that.
There we go. I went to the edit of doing a speed edit on this evening, so I'll have to have it pay off. Hey, there we go. So Clint didn't actually send us any pictures, so this is just going to be quite fun. But these look really good.
I'd take that cat to the vet.
Yeah, it might be a Alice in Wonderland
Go to your
event
mushrooms.
at your place of business.
What
happening.
type of squig is that?
That's a smoke squig, is what that is.
That's a pussy squig. That's pussy.
That's my
squig.
favourite type of squig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like them with teeth.
What was that
If
film?
Orcs had a pussy squig, though, it would be even more worse as a concept than the paint squig. So
Yeah, true.
let's not
Very true.
let's not go there. It's a silly place. I think I've got
I've got an Alice in Wonderland themed afternoon tea event coming up, so I need to do a bit of prop making and stuff at home.
That looks amazing, man.
That is
Looks
where
so
my
good.
hobby time has been taken up.
I love that teapot as well.
Now, if there was a teapot
Yes,
squig, I'd be
indeed.
surprised.
I'm surprised there's not a teapot squig, to be honest. I could
probably
believe that
is.
being a thing.
Yeah, there probably is.
Tommy's saying that mech kit is gone now, discontinued weeks ago. Fuck, if I'd have known that, I would have bought another kit.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? And here we go.
That's mental.
Here's one of Clint's dishes that he's made. What was it? Grilled figs. I've already forgot.
Is that
Yeah,
burrata?
burrata.
Lovely.
He sent me these while I was sitting having my Sunday roast today. I was like, oh yeah, very nice.
Thanks.
Homemade wild garlic pesto. Very nice.
Pigeon.
Yeah, it does look rather lovely, to be honest. And then we've got this one, which is
Si recognised figs,
hey.
and they're not even in raw format. So that's
At least they're not a
Bit pigeon
figment of
salad.
your imagination. That looks nice.
Oh dear.
keeps you regular.
Oh, bloody hell.
So when we joke about, when we say he's a chef, we weren't kidding. Hey. Oh, we're on to dread stuff now.
And this is what we're going to be eating in a few weeks.
I know, right? I can't fucking
Yeah,
wait.
I'm looking forward to that.
Can't fucking wait. Here we
I'll
go.
supply the pigeon if you want.
Yeah.
All right, so that first tray there, what I'm doing at the moment, obviously, as I was saying earlier on, is I'm working on getting my list. So when I say my list, I've got the same list for my 1,000, 1,500 and 2,000 point, basically. It just adds extra bits. So on that tray, I have got to change the colour of the Troll Dread's base because he doesn't blend with the others anymore because I did him sort of like Mars before I decided, well, I'm actually going more sort of desert-y. So got to change his base. I've got them 2 grots there I need to sort of finish off. And then Mega Knobs, there's some bits and bobs to finish off on as well.
What's the where's the tank from? Is that the
That's the cruiser one.
Oh right. I was going to say that's
That's
not the
the-
Cromlech
that's
one, is it?
No, it is based on a Tiger Wagon. It's based off of a military Tiger Wagon. And then he's
Like just
you know,
like
added-
a tiger model kit.
yeah, there's a Tiger
No,
tank.
It is
Um,
that like I love that.
It's a lung burster based on a lung
really
burster.
nice tank that.
Yeah, that's a lovely the main gun barrel, and just all like the little grenades and that along the side. Just
Yeah, the rack of grenades.
Yeah,
And see that-
Cruiser
see
was
that-
quite
see that
show
ma-
offy. There's a
See-
reason he got big bucks for his stuff.
See the massive shells at the back? One of them's got 6+ scrawled on it.
who's that for?
Dunno.
Hmm.
It's a suppository for a certain somebody.
It's a positive. It's not big enough.
No. Sorry.
You want to see how enthusiastically he inserts it.
Yeah. Back rep coming soon.
It's not the size. It's you know.
You definitely have a smile on his face, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Go on next.
Also, Si was asking why Nobler Blackbolt was lying down. It's because he falls over all the fucking time. That's why.
Yeah.
He's just feeling all he's off.
Oh, that's cute.
This is my grot.
That's
This
some
is my
grot
grot
tanks.
tank. And I've got 2 that are like not finished that I need to. Well, in fact, none of them are finished. There's a few details still on all of them, but yeah, as you can clearly see, there's 2 at the front that are not in any way near the others. So that's what I'm actually working on at the moment. I've actually got them varnished with varnish at the moment. So I've just, while we're just talking, I've just been adding some worn effects. So I'm waiting for that to dry, and then I'm going to go add them with some black and rub it off and try and get them looking something like them others.
I do really like that one that's meant to look like a rhino at the back. It's like an old school rhino. I do like that one.
That's the one I made myself.
Yeah.
That's my scratch build one.
That's the scratch build one you didn't break, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the video you done building that.
Yeah, it blends really well with the others. You can barely even tell.
You were still in short trousers when you said.
I was, yeah. August was Fields. I mean, all that still is Fields by the look of it. Well, I mean, like, you know.
I think I still had my dreads then when I did that video.
Yeah, I love these grot tanks, and they're all
A moment's silence for dreads.
Yeah.
Don't you make me cry. Suffer the loss. Yeah. Anyway,
Drop
next.
dread.
Don't feel too bad, Dread. At least you still got hair. It could be worse.
Also, I said 3 pictures. So guess which one of the Warbosses didn't listen.
Did you really? I didn't notice that bit. Troop tray. Basically, all of the commandos basically have barely got they're nowhere near
biting
finished.
off more than he can chew, isn't he?
Are they the Max Mini Air Boys at the back? By the way, the Air Boy heads and the Storm Boys.
Yeah.
They look fucking great with paint on. I need to get some.
Yeah, the Storm Boys, they're pretty dope. Yeah, but they sort of fit the theme of all those guys. Mostly are from the Rough Riders crew, so they all like wear goggles and go really fast in trucks and stuff.
I know we talked about it last week, but I really dig the Iron Dog squig that you've done with the 2 wheels.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very much.
Yeah. Well, you see that whole squad is basically themed off of that squad that he did years ago. That picture.
I believe the website's still up.
Fact,
if you want to Google Iron Dog Studios, folks,
in
there's
actual
some amazing orcs there.
see directly behind the Warboss, there's a fellow in a black helmet and a fellow in a red helmet. Both of them, their poses, I almost pretty much tried to mimic a pose that from a member of his original mob. And that's where I obviously got the chains ideas from as well. Like, just get some chain and stick it over their shoulder and that, that's cool.
Good. They're really good.
I mean, it wasn't your idea.
Well, I mean, I'm sure I told him to, and then he did it, and then I thought, oh, that looks good. I'll do it myself now. It's safe. I'm sure that's probably how it went down. Usually, what I do, I come up with good ideas. I let someone else test bed it, and then I do it.
Looking great. Spin on. I love that pose, by the way, as well.
Is that a Cromlech Commando? Top right.
It's Artel Commando, isn't it?
Oh, that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant Artel. Yeah.
Yeah, but I changed the head. I changed the head for a standard head and just swiveled the hair squig round.
And Paulson's great on it. Modulok really gets orcs. He really gets what orc players need.
So Artel, that one.
Oh, right, yeah.
Artel
are really good as well, yeah.
Modulok. Yes, I agree, it does.
For some reason, I heard Modulok for some reason. But yes, Artel do some really nice toys.
But they're the ones that people said, I don't like these Artel Commandos. I've got in the arse. But I thought I liked them, me.
Well, if I turn my camera on, actually, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it now.
I'm not a fan of them. I mean, I think they're beautifully made. It's just a preference thing. I like some junk in the trunk.
This one's a good one as well. I like the pose on this one.
Well, it's good that you won't lie about that, Steve-O. So.
And I swapped the head on it too to be one of the.
Looking good.
Can you see that?
We'll spin on. You better off showing that on camera after we're done, Dread, just because we're a tiny box at the moment. So we'll get through the video first.
Right, what we got next?
Absolutely sigh. I will
Is it
confirm.
another one of me? Oh, it's another one of me. Right,
Yeah.
all right, so it's my gas and go. So basically, yeah, I've been also working on the gas and go, which is one of many pieces of terrain that I need to get done before our meet. But it's not something I need to do this week because this week I'm concentrating on the army because of
You're out of time,
You know,
Dread. Hurry up.
course.
I'm glad
So
I
you
don't
go.
need to make any.
Mhm.
Yeah. This
But
looks
yeah, it's
great.
just making some progress. I've done a bit more to it.
Looks great.
It's coming along.
Right, I'll get on. We're on Sid now. What animation did I do for Sid? Oh yeah, I did that because he uses it all the fucking time. That's why.
Is this Is this the last 24 hours? Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not this morning.
I was gonna say this. Yeah,
What he's done since he got up this morning? Yeah.
fucking productive
I
bastard.
used the turret off the toon tank. It was a KV-12 or something. Well, the Russian was a big square turret, and I'd used that in the Mega Grot tank, and I've had the body of it sitting around for ages. And I've been sort of at a loss as what to do with it 'cause it's far too big for a Grot tank. So I decided to make it into a buggy by sticking I think it's actually a Def Copter on the front, one of the old Def Copters.
Here,
Is a
yeah,
motorbike wheel. 'Cause
definitely.
when he's driving, he turns that wheel at the front and it does fuck all because there's a tank behind him. And that's the Forgery World flat gun on the back. I just had to pad it out with our sort of gribblies and what have you. Give it a big shooter. A bit of a Gatling mounted to a killer can.
Looks very, very cool.
And the driver's going to have that sort of lance with a rocket on the end as well.
I don't recognise the grots.
The grots are the ones. Well, those two
From the
grots
flat
come
gun.
with the flat gun.
All right, yeah.
It's a Forge World flat gun, but from a Forgery World for about 15 quid.
Yeah.
But $15, sorry. But
Even
Forge
better.
World don't do it anymore, so no guilt.
Yeah.
And you can see a little seat just under the Ork, just above the grot. There's a little seat in the background. That's on.
Yeah, I
the
love that
that's,
detail. That's nice. That's
That's
from
one
chill
of
out.
the little grot crew to sit on. They've got a rail in those two. You see, the other one was going to fall off, so I got the seat.
Sitting grots,
Grot
incidentally.
blaster on the back of the chair.
Sitting grots,
Those
incidentally,
little
is a difficult
details
as
make
fuck
you-
thing to get.
Yeah, he's standing up. It's the one with the big sort of one of the magazines for the flat gun. So he's standing up, but in times of peril, you can take
Yeah.
it off.
No, it's a nice
Take
thing
a little,
when
take a little lie down.
when you're putting details onto a scratch build kit bash. Like a lot of the time you think, oh, what will I add? What will I? And you do tend to put really, really very meaningful details on a lot of your builds.
Yeah,
so.
they've got to be there for a purpose. And
Yeah.
if I think there's something missing that needs that purpose, and I like to put it on just to.
Yeah, no, it works
I mean,
really well.
it's mounted on a melter gun. I just looked for a little tube and I found a barrel segment of a big melter weapon from Imperials, and I thought, yeah, that'll do. Fuck it. But yeah, But yeah, it's going to be run as I think it's going to be run as a custom booster blaster, just because. No. The one with the big sort of dagger gun with all the shots.
Boom Daka Snaz
Boom
wagon.
Daka.
The one I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah,
That's
it'll be run as.
I think it works really well as one of them, mate. I think it looks fucking
Yeah.
awesome. It's
Yeah,
like,
fits on the. I done all the tracks again because the toon tanks have got the. I think I binned them. The black elastic band.
Oh yeah,
Oh, they're
yeah.
awful, aren't they?
Yeah, so I just cut chunks of or rectangles of 2mm platicard and sort of just encircled the tracks, and then put little snippets of plastic tubing, just cut off into little arches, just to put a couple of links between each track, and then of course used a Vallejo, putty spikes, putty rivets.
Oh, I.
Just was got a bit of grip. I mean, you could do better tracks, but I thought they would,
I think they
No,
look mint, mate.
They look fucking well nice.
They look great.
I like they've
Yeah.
got that nice bit of sag in them and that clunky look to them. You can almost hear this thing rumbling along, and
I think
it's just got
the
that
other
right
side's
kind
got
of feel.
the other side I done second and has got better sag.
Fair.
I sort of I positioned them ones first and stuck me last irregular piece on the bottom. Whereas that side, I think the last irregular piece went on the top. So I was kind of like my hand was forced as to where the top ones were going. So yeah, the other side's better side, but there's no grots on the other side at the minute.
That's a lovely use of parts. See the truck wheel on the front there.
Yeah.
And so you've done the suspension rods on it and stuff.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't initially notice that it was scratch built, I think says a lot. To be honest.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, just the front, but yeah, it's just plastic rod and modeling wire.
Defcopter part on there for the main for the right driver as well, is it?
Yeah, it's the old Defcopter driver and body. Body of the
And part of the Defcopter itself as well, is it?
Yeah, just hacked a lot. I hacked a lot of it away a long time ago to make a bike, but never really done anything with it.
Is that the light from the battle wagon / truck? I think
I believe it's the spotlight from the truck. Yeah. Yeah,
Thought it was.
Just slipped it off and stuck it on front and ran some wires going down under the bike body to underneath.
And obviously
the correct location.
You've got the classic Space Marine one as well, which I'm a big fan of. I think that's it's a really cool incidental thing.
The with that was cutting the bottom because the front of the tank sort of angled the sides.
Yeah.
So I had to cut the stand to stick it on so it was then level.
Oh, Jesus.
Tight.
Heavy dose of fuck that from my perspective.
And there's a little extension on the back of the driver's seat, which is just it was a killer can arm that's got the 2 bars coming out the back of it with like a piece on the end where it looks like the weapon can extend out. And I'd cut that off because I'd used various bits of the can arm and other stuff, and I had that spare, so I stuck it on the back of the seat just to give it a higher sort of chopper type seat.
Oh man, it looks mint. It looks quality. I feel like Dread's going to be like really envious of this one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a bit of you, isn't it, Dredd?
It is a bit of me. Yeah, you're right.
Even to the way that where you've done your metals and stuff. I know you've got quite a way to go yet, but on your metals, it's got that grimy, proper, gritty, rusted, oily look. It looks mint, mate.
Someone's fucking around with textures.
Always start off the metals like that, and then add the colour. And as you know, I put quite a lot of colour on, quite bright colours and that. But that's.
I can't wait. I can't wait to blow this thing up.
Any point. I think, oh fuck it, I can't be asked anymore. I'm done.
Metal is one of the metallics. Are
I'm
one
just
of the
looking
best
at that, and I'm
codes.
thinking that's got custom Mega Blaster written all over it.
It'll blow up very easy.
Right, let's spin on, shall we?
Yep.
As if we spend all the time being gooey-eyed over one of Sid's things, we never get through it. Yeah. I want this so
is
much.
Where Jim gets gooey-eyed.
Yeah, I want this so much. Not just because it says the grottiest git and it's got a grot face on it, but mostly. But yeah, I really want this. Like,
there is a wooden spoon under that head.
Yeah, I really want the wooden spoon. Like, I really fucking want
so
it.
good.
I mean, it's not going to give me any desire to go easy on Dread, but at the same time, I would still like to get it.
Yeah, well, as long as you lose your other 4 games, you should still be in contention.
Exactly, that's what I'm
worry
thinking.
Too much.
So just kill those grot tanks quick, all right? So I can...
That'd be the perfect result for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Beat Dread, lose the league.
Yeah, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. Yeah.
Well, I feel we should just some of the audience watching now might not be aware, but with the league coming up that we're doing, all playing each other in the league, we have a trophy. I won't grab it now. I'm looking at it on the other side of the room, but I've made a trophy for the winner, and Sid volunteered to make the wooden spoon for whoever loses the league, and this is said wooden spoon. It's ironic that the losing trophy is far more impressive than the winning trophy.
It's not.
It's not. But, and at the end of it, it's what it represents.
Yeah. I think it's just it's the spirit of why we do this, because at the end of the day, tournament competition is not what any of us give a fuck about. So actually coming last, it's not really a problem.
It's a bit of fun there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
We're all winners.
But we have said though, if Dim wins this, he does have to wear the shoes, little pointy shoes with the bells on them that come with it,
Yeah.
and the jester's hat as well.
And I've varnished it, just put a gloss varnish on it, but I've yet to douse it in fart spray, which is just because it's got a stink. Not a fucking reek.
Yes, it does.
I thought about
Did you see that video where that
It
fella
fucking
put
will
some of that
anyway.
fart spray into one of those cherry mouth spray things, like the kids' sweet, and he gave it to his mate. He sprayed it in his mouth, and he sprayed fart spray in his mouth. Oh my god, what a video!
Need to
It wouldn't be the first time Dim has waved his stinky stick around.
I mean, you just missed it a few minutes ago, but yeah. You have reminded me though that I need to go to.
Clint took a shot to the side of the face.
You have reminded.
Demonetized.
You have reminded me to go.
To clean it.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Give it a wish.
Well, that's good.
I
I've
normally
done some good today.
He means his cock.
Yeah, I do normally outsource it to the lowest bidet. One of my better ones. No, I was going to say it did remind me that I do.
You're
need
welcome, viewers.
I
You get that mental image now. You're going to go to sleep tonight with that burnt into your fucking brains.
Well, it's burnt into my arse, so it's only fair. No, but it has reminded me to go
Do
to.
you squat frontally? Hands against the wall, sort of thing.
I mean, that's how it starts, yeah. But you know, then it becomes a bit like the bird out of Scream.
This is gold.
Just like into the ceiling. No, it's brown. It's actually brown, right?
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
I'm lost.
Well, I was going to say something. Everybody keeps fucking interrupting. But anyway.
I feel like in my mind and what you're telling us have gone off in two very different lanes.
I'm
My mum's just texted and
I'm
she
in a
said she
dark
can't
place
watch it
right
anymore.
now. I'm in like a public toilet cubicle right now. That's where the story had taken me.
That's where your mind usually is, mate.
Just remember,
Yeah, fair
without
comment.
without glory, it's just a hole. So just remember that it's important. But it has reminded me to go to an ex-military store and pick up a gas mask just in preparation for Sid's farts. I think it's probably a good plan, to be honest. So
I'm bringing a priest with me. The power of Christ compels you. Be gone, foul demon.
We're getting a fair few stay on targets in the chat here. Like,
never
nothing rightfully
refuse.
earned.
Yeah. Anyway, let's spread on to the next one.
Yep.
I really want that. I want that
Oh
one
yeah,
to
we're
spring
supposed
so
to be
bad.
looking at stuff, aren't we?
Yeah. So, what have we got next? When it finally decides to condescend.
Let's talk about Dim washing his cock in a bidet again.
Yeah.
That's what they tune in for, after all.
How did I think that was happening in a public toilet? I've never been in a public toilet with a bidet. Not in
It's
this
just
country.
a pun. Here we are. Here we go. Yeah, more grot tanks. There's a lot of grot tanks happening. This is...
There's a lot of grot tanks.
I want to pick a favourite.
Where are these going? Are these coming to the meet as well?
These were all Timu tanks.
These are
as
Sid's.
have been known. The little, £6 or £8.
Oh, I know which one is my favourite.
And just orkified or grottified up.
Roller for me, mate. I love a roller.
The roller. I like the one at the opposite corner at the back. That's the
that one
tall
with the
one with the
tank.
scorcher and the plough
Yeah.
on it. And that has very sort of, I don't know, labyrinth feels about it. It's that the tower things and that. I like that. Yeah, I think that looks really cool.
It was good.
I like the one with the
This thing
two
was sort of-
sponsons. I like that.
Well, the one with the two sponsons is meant to be a rip off of it's a little mini Lehman Russ on with the sponsons and the big battle cannon. It's actually a Lehman Russ battle cannon. And the last
Not
cannon-
often you see a grot tank with sponsons,
No,
and I thoroughly endorse it.
never. But I think top I think it's bottom
So
left.
it's got to be
first one I've done.
Snotlings in the sponsons, surely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. They just tie the like a cord to the trigger and round the Snotling's waist, and as he tries to escape, it just makes a noise, and that just makes him want to escape more. So he keeps running away and yanking the trigger, and yeah, isn't he aiming and all? But bottom left I done first, so the track armor was just bits of plastic card just stuck directly over the tracks. And then that sort of progressed to top right, which was squares of plastic card with dags and that on stuck on. And then I sort of struck on the idea of putting these bars across the top of the tracks and sticking the plates underneath, and then just putting a bit of wire around to sort of like show where the track armor hangs on the bars. And that's what I ended up at, because I quite like that look.
Yeah.
And I love a plough with big stakes, not spikes, fucking stakes sticking out of them. Got a truck with one on the front as well.
Yeah.
Just to show where
They look awesome.
where the barrels came from.
Yeah. There's 3 of those barrels in use. One is a roller, one is a fuel tank, one is a scorcher tank on the top left.
So yeah, it's a Tamiya 135 scale jerry can set.
Brilliant.
There you go.
Set. The top left's got the little sort of handle and the gauge and that on it, you know. So if you snuck up behind it, you just switch it off.
I like the little tassel hanging off the barrel on the one at the back in the middle as well.
But yeah, my favorite
nipple fan likes a tassel. Shocker.
Get to go with these nipples.
Nipple tassel for some hot nipple hassle.
Yeah, there's a
for his vassal.
chassis as well, yeah.
But yeah, my favourite one's the front middle, I think. I really like that. I just love,
me too.
Just love the idea of like just a stubby little Lehman Russ Billy Big Bollocks fucking cannon. And obviously enthusiastic shouty grot is always an excellent accessory.
Yeah.
I need to add more grot crew to my grot tanks. I haven't
doing the grot. I mean, the one bottom left, the grot sticking out there. I think it's just a straightforward grot, and it is what it is. But the 2 in the middle, it was just getting grots from the grot kit, and just positioning, like cutting their arms at the shoulders and the elbows and the wrists, and sort of like repositioning them to sort of like be leaning on stuff or getting the arm on the right place for like. And yeah, I love doing that.
With my own,
that's quality. That's a really real nice attention to detail as well to go through the bother of that. But I think it's those extra little touches you do in your kit bashes and conversions that just takes them to that next level.
With my own grot tanks there that I'm working, almost finished on. What I have done with them, and one of the things that they're missing in the picture is...
It's not all about you, Dred. We're talking about Sid's tanks.
No, I know, yeah. I'm just saying we're talking about grot tanks. I'm just saying I've magnetised inside the turrets where you've got the hatches open, and I've magnetised in the torso of the grots that are, designed for grot tanks, so you can drop them in as needed. But I just haven't painted any of them up yet, so not much point.
Those armour skirts look like they were part of the bloody kit.
Dead easy to do, really easy.
They look perfect though.
The grot commander top centre, he's probably my favourite because he's got just the dagger that comes with the Ork Boys kit, like the knife that's got the knuckle guard. I just stick on a belt or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He's got that as his sword, which is proper grot size sword, and it was the head. I hate the grot head with the skull as a hat.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of
Pointless.
that head.
Agreed.
So I cut the skull off and give him there was a resin Ork commando, I think, from Spellcrow. And I cut his hat off and give him the hat, but he's still got the chin strap from the skull. So he's got a hat with a chin strap, and I thought, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's cool.
It's like he's probably got his name sewn in the back of his jacket now.
I like the one with the skull on his head. I think it's quite cool. You only want to use one of them, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with it. Yeah. It's not really multi-purpose, really.
I've used them for more like savage. I think he's on the head used in one of my saddle gates for me EOS.
That's a good call. Yeah,
good boys. Yeah.
I used it for my Gorkamok Rebel Grots. That's one of those. Yeah. So yeah. Dagitman says Lehman Grottus tank, and I like that, but I like Lehman Gross. I think that's got a nice ring to it. Just try and fall off.
Leaving cross, yeah, quite like that.
Right.
Yeah, paint again, just like the buggy. It's at the same stage. The metallics are pretty much done. The top center one's got a big sort of like bare patch on the turret where there's no, armor plates or anything. I'm going to do probably just do a grot star or something on that, but I don't.
Nice.
Yeah.
I try to leave a few
So,
little
yeah.
I need to add some.
bare patches for a bit of freehand or something.
I need to add some colour to my grot tanks. I'm still not sure what to do.
All about you, Dim.
Hmm? Right. Spinning on.
What color scheme do you go with, Dim? Is it a bit of a mix, or do you have like a prominent color running through your?
It's
army?
jumped between red and blue depending on my mood, so I don't really have one. Normally, when I do vehicles, I do all of the metal textures, much like what Sid's done, and then because I've got big anxiety about finishing painting things, I almost I can get it to the fully done metal phase and be happy with it, which means generally speaking I tend not to do anything. And what I was doing was I was just adding graffiti onto some of the tanks just so I had some decoration, and that's all I did. But I think I'll considering what I'm planning to do with my grots going forward, because I'm going to start making a lot more grot stuff these days. Just
I think just picking out a few panels in random colors or whatever color your army is can just do so much to.
Well, I'm planning to go.
Bring them out.
I'm planning to go green because basically I think I'm going to watch Kelly's Heroes and take notes. And
anyway,
just
I feel like purple would be a cool color scheme for your army.
Well, I've got blue and
you'd
red
have to
already
endure
there. Clash, but yeah.
You'd have to endure the jokes, mean jokes. So.
That's why I didn't.
yeah, but it would look cool.
Yeah, but yeah, the thing is I've got an idea of, because my grot army I'm going to expand it in lots of ways. At the moment, I'm thinking all about grot tanks, and the grot tanks I'm kind of going with. I had the idea originally of when I did the codex of 4 different aspects to Rebel Grot Society. So you had the hammer, the sickle, the star, and I can't remember what the 4th one is off the top of my head. The cutlass, that was it. So the cutlass was the piratey side. The star was the revolution side, the revolutionary side. The sickle was the dark side. And
I think
the hammer was the military.
I think you should revisit that idea and talk about that in more detail on a video, definitely.
Maybe, yeah, but yeah,
I'd like to hear about that.
I had the idea recently of having it that my rebel grot vehicles are divided into 2 categories, because you've got the more military side, and then you've got the more naval side, which is where the pirates are, but also other stuff, and have a naval military inter-rivalry going on. So that's kind of why I'm thinking maybe paint the tanks green, possibly. I'm still weighing it up, though.
Nice.
And the reason I'm going with green is simply I think Shermans are one of the cooler looking tanks. And I like the green that the Sherman has. And that just seems to be the way I'm leaning. Anyway, let's spin on.
Sherman is one of the coolest looking tanks.
It's really cool.
It is.
Really, really cool. Hey, we've got Scar coming up. Nice. There we go. So Scar's been hard at work on his Storm Boys.
Yeah. That's so good. That I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Proper capture. He's in motion.
Perfectly. Yeah.
He's so in motion. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
He doesn't do a lot, but when what he does do is always excellent. He's just, yeah.
Yeah, they are going to steal the show, as I said. Storm Boys.
He is hard at work with them. There is, it is pretty much all Storm Boy, so I'm just going to continue to spin on, just because there's quite a bit of it. We'll get to the.
Love just giving them a berry though. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
goes from it could be any orc. It's a blood axe.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at them
even
silences
looks a bit
as
like
well.
looks a bit like his
we were
character.
never in any doubt, but Scar really knows how to fucking model a blood axe, doesn't he? He just got the look just spot on for his.
I love the suppressors as well. He's put on.
Yeah.
Looking really good.
Just hearing like a rocket engine gun blasting overhead and going. Nobody knows we're here, lads.
Stealth.
I'm going to spin on to the next one, just because I'm going to get the third one in, because we can just stay on that one for a while and talk about it, because this is what the whole army's going to hopefully look like, and I can't wait to see it. Come on.
What I mean by still in the show.
And this is one of the lists that is probably scaring me the most.
Yeah,
And it's one of the fluffiest lists as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these things barreling towards me gonna cause me some problems.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good. Look at the one at the back, the one with the grenade in his mouth. I love that head. I used that on one of my tank busters. But the posing, look, where he's got a big bulging eye, he's squinting down the fucking barrel of his gun. Just awesome posing, awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Did you see when Sai said? Sai said he only added silencers because he's too lazy to drill the barrels.
Brilliant.
Everyone thought it to a slight degree.
Drill your fucking barrels.
Yeah. Sci-fi always tells the truth.
I like the use of the two biker heads as well. The one with the berry front left, and the one on the far right.
Yeah,
Two biker heads just look spot on.
Yeah, they do.
because you see that chin strap one that's on the kit, isn't it? I remember that one. And is that that's an Assault on Black Reach knob head, isn't it?
I think it's just a knob
I
head.
I think he might be right.
In the jaw
I don't know.
plate, isn't it?
No, the
I'm not sure. Like
I don't know now.
I very rarely need to
is.
pay too
Knob
much
head with
attention
the
to
rosary.
Ork heads because I use Gretchen all the time, but I think it's from Assault on Black Reach.
I did, but now I'm changing my mind. I think I'm agreeing with Sid. I think it is one of the other ones.
It is just one of the knob heads.
I have so
Is it?
many of
Oh.
both. I can never remember. Like,
Two names.
Mm.
I'm
Just
sure.
surrounded by
It's a-
knobs. Don't they?
It's great either way.
Yeah.
And then so
I
that
do like
Black
the one
Reach
with the
knobs,
grenade
people.
as well.
Black Reach knobs.
So them
If
two
you
are the
haven't
big
got any,
ones,
get
yeah.
them because they get some fantastic head options with them.
I love the big bulgy eye on the one with the grenade in his mouth. I always
Yeah.
pick
That is one of
Brilliant.
that is
Like,
one of
that's
that is
not
one
what
of the best heads that GW's done. Like
Yeah,
like
it's mint.
it doesn't happen very often, but they've managed in the modern range to add a few very characterful faces. I keep making this argument all the time. We need more of them, but there are some very, very good ones, and the Storm Boys has some of the better ones. The bikes,
Yeah,
Biker
the
Boys ones
Storm
are pretty
Boys
good as
kit
well,
is
but
biker heads are
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
they don't get
Love
much.
that one with the round goggles. He goes with so many.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
mint
he's
on a
mint.
bike. He looks just, yeah.
And he's got that happy
Looks
look. Innit?
intelligent.
He's a proper happy orc.
My mate made a Riddick style Snickrot using that head.
Yeah, that would work.
So
that would so
yeah,
work. Yeah, it's nice to see her. You don't get many smiley orcs anymore. Do
we
you?
need
He's
more of
one
them. In my argument,
He's one of the few remaining ones.
We should have more smiling faces.
Especially
Yeah,
with the berry.
agree.
He reminds us of Captain Sensible from The Damned.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Captain Sensible. Look him up, people.
Yeah.
Happy
Youngsters.
yogi, happy oh.
Oh, Sid, make that video, please.
Mate, I'd done it years ago with me singing it. and whistling. I don't know what it's fucking nick the theme tune, so I whistled the music. and turn us over the top singing it. And it was for a segment where I was going to talk about things I liked in the York Range. That's like, I listened to it, went, I can't fucking put that out on YouTube. But I've still got it
Bloody
somewhere.
should.
We need to open a Patreon and that be an exclusive to Patreon members or something.
Fuck. Yeah, maybe.
It'd be good for a short. I'll stick it on as a short.
Fuck yeah. Save that shit for October.
Oh, there is an
Or
auto.
Christmas.
There is a boss mate related question. I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a bit though. We'll finish all the pictures. So we'll spin on.
Where did the berries come from? Are they a Cromlech?
Yeah, he cut them off a Cromlech.
Yeah, they're from Cromlech Orcs. Yeah. Oh,
I've got some. I used all the berries on some like Blood Axe Commando Orcs I've done a while ago, but I used the whole heads.
Do you reckon he saved the bits? Do you reckon he saved the bits? And now he's got Cromlech heads with like bald GW orchids on them.
Maybe.
That would be impressive.
Just scalped them.
Yeah.
You can, as it goes, the berets, what they used to be. I don't know if it's still around, but there used to be a really very easy to follow green stuff tutorial for making berets.
Oh, Scar, you should, if you're watching Scar, you should totally add some scalps as trophies to your boys. I feel like this roving band, I feel like they do shit like that.
Couple of ears on a necklace.
I love how he's like, what I really like about his list as well, like with these guys and his
right, you talk amongst yourselves.
He's just gone for a really, really cool theme that reminds me of like old school Combat Patrol. When Combat Patrol first come out, you were encouraged and restricted to creating a scouting force. So it was pick the type of units you'd think would scout ahead, and this airborne, fast moving force. Like I just think it's quality. It's my sort of list. It's my sort of army. The theme is awesome. So unique.
It does a lot for me as well.
I love his reasoning behind it as well, though. The whole, because I'm flying, I'm going to get all stuff. I just thought that was brilliant. So cool. Such a cool one.
It saves on luggage as well, because it'll just sort of follow behind. But, I mean, to be fair, we've talked about the Storm Boys. We've not even mentioned the smokestacks, and they're looking fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's because we've been watching them stacks being built for the last 7 videos. Everyone's seen them. But yeah, there's some smokestacks. Awesome. Yeah, he didn't just balance his miniatures on his weed stash, people. It's not,
It's far too big. That's dreads.
Are we ready to spin on to the next one?
Yeah.
He calls them that squad the White Widows.
That's a BattleTech reference. Boys and girls.
No, it was a weed reference.
It's a weed reference, man.
Oh, I thought it was a BattleTech reference. There is a Black Widow.
But that's cool. Yeah. Well, then he has to do that now because it works on 2 levels.
Yeah. Also, notice there was some BattleTech in the background as well. I'm just trying to remember which one it was.
They're the 420s, isn't they?
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, it's so weird because I'm literally looking at them right next to it as well.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Oh, look, it's.
So this is what I've been doing, and you've been watching me do some of the other ones on stream as well. Because that's what I was fiddling about with earlier. I'm just letting them dry for a bit. But yeah, these Orky buildings, I can't remember the name of the company. If anyone remembers my videos on
Nature Gaming Scenery,
Ork Steady.
Nature Gaming Scenery.
Yes, I got these from them a long, long time ago. I got these at the same time actually as Beebork and Ork Steady. I did do a video on them actually. Yeah, I've already done a video on them.
The guy behind Nature Gaming Scenery is a guy called Mouse Muffin. Who?
Oh well, that dude.
Yeah. He basically pioneered quite a few major trends in Orc conversions for a while. He was the first Mr. Potato Head, wasn't he? The first Mr. Potato Head Stomper.
Might have been.
He made one of the nicest ones. I can tell you that much. Very, very talented hobbyist, and also a big friend of Orcs. So a lot of his stuff is Orc stuff, and he's got some amazing MDF stuff.
Bill Curtis got a really nice one as well.
I got this at Pale's meetup for it was part of the best kit basher conversion, and I know you're not be able to see it, but it's a picture of him, little laminated picture of him, mouse muffin, and it just says underneath, "Now go make dragons." And it's like, it's proper inspiring shit, you know? Like that. Anyway, there you go. That's part of that. I was like, oh, it's mint. So that's
that's very cool.
In front of us in my little hobby area.
Also, I think Mouse Muffin was responsible for that. There's like a picture that if you Google pictures of trucks and stuff, the image will sometimes come up of like an old Ford-wheel truck that's been chucked up in the air and the occupants are like falling out of it. It just looks like it's jumping through the air. I think that's one of Mouse Muffin's. I think.
Did he have anything to do with the rhino with the orcs doing that? The
commandos.
Yeah, the commandos. Was that it?
Possibly.
Each commando's holding a section of rhino, and you put all 6
That's
in.
it. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Sid to do that.
Wicked kid bash up, mate.
Yeah, still waiting for you to do that one, Sid.
I will get there.
Yeah. Got to happen.
You should do a bee snagger one, Sid, where they're all holding together parts of a massive squig.
That is seriously cool.
Yeah.
And they'll put it together and become a squig.
Or a bunch
of you can see all like when they come apart on the inside, you can see all the rib cage.
That's got some serious pantomime horse stuff. Which
if you was doing an all ferals like snake bite list or something like that, and you want to include one of the wagons, that would be a really cool way of doing it. You could have like a bunch of ferals inside, like just holding parts of like what looks like a wagon together, so they're like pretending, yeah, we're just like the other orcs, yeah, we've got a wagon and all.
Yeah,
Trojan squig.
Brum noises and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just have one of the trumpeters inside, just blowing the trumpet. That'd be brilliant. Oh, that's a great idea.
Trojan squig off.
Oh, sound like Sinner. You should do it.
Jude said the scenery's giving Jude some serious Alamo vibes, and I can see.
Well, these
class. It really
these
is.
are These are then see so this is what I've been working on because they're awesome buildings. They make really good orc buildings, but they're not orc buildings. They're Adobe.
Which is an ancient Egyptian word, by the way.
They're awesome buildings, but I needed to orcify them up a bit, and so I had loads of leftover bits of like triangles and dag bits from these various MDF kits. So I thought, I'll use all them to decorate it. And that did about 10% of it. I'm like, right, need to make some more out of plastic cards. And I've been for the last week doing nothing but cutting up tiny little triangles of plastic card and then painstakingly riveting every single one of them in various ways. I've nicked Essex's tip for doing rivets with the plastic putty. So I've got done a lot of them, and then I've also had the bolts from Meng, been putting really them on, plus some nail art bit gems as well that I've used before. So I've just mixed in, so it's a combination of all the rivets are different across all of them, so it's really ramshackle looking. And I just really like the way it's done it like a fortress. I've actually that L-shaped building in the back with the stairs. It's modular, so you can mix it around each game. But because of me, I'm going to be adding texture to these, painting on texture of like polyfiller and stuff. And with the dags all round it, those stairs slot on. And I thought I've actually taken away the modularity by doing that. So I just glued them in place, but I've glued it in that cool L shape. So when you place them all correctly with me other ones now, it proper gives this like outpost fortified look. I'm also going to be adding a bit of barbed wire around some of them beams as well, just to fortify it up on the outside of that building.
Just got to pull you up on something there, Steve. That was Sid's idea with the rivets, not mine.
No, I think you'll find it was Dread's idea, mate.
Yeah, mate. I was
I
going
was
to
going
say.
to say, there's no ego here. Well, I don't let that slide.
Such a different approach to Dread.
It comes out of born of sheer laziness.
Although I'm not surprised it looks like the animal, because obviously Sant Arma's army is just slightly offshore, isn't it? So
this is the type of board I've always wanted and what I've been working towards since the beginning. So I've made all my desert, like rocky outcrops and stuff, and I've got the desert map. And I've had these buildings for a while, so this has been a really good motivator for me to finally get them done, because that was how I envisioned the board all the time. This, desert dwelling orcs,
it fits
outposts
really well.
in the desert and that, and I just, and I love that second ed look, because that's what I used to look at in White Dwarf and dream about, and just think how cool that was.
Big round cactuses with the red spikes and all that sort of
Yeah.
Have you made some?
I love it.
Have you made some?
No.
Would you like me to make some?
Well,
I've always wanted to make some.
Like everyone in the past, I have made them previously.
I think I might have to make some. I'll try and make some if I get the chance, and bring them, because they're just stupid. I love them.
You can actually get if you can get the polystyrene ball, that are like perfectly formed balls, and you just put cocktail sticks in. Yeah, polystyrene cocktail sticks in.
Blowing balloons up the small size and using them, but when I was putting the cocktail sticks in, fuck it every time. I was going to ask on these buildings where you've got the actual the not the MDF, the HDF in it, the actual those dags and like the glyphs, especially like the skull, and there's a bad moon down there and all that. Did that come with the Beebork and Rocksteady kits?
Do you know what? I can't remember where a lot of this stuff comes from.
I've seen places you can buy them separately, just HDF,
like glyphs and that.
The glyphs cut out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, one of the Bad Moon ones on there are the Cromlech ones, or at least one of them is anyway. I think there's another Bad Moon logo on there somewhere as well.
I'm gonna have to get some of this stuff though. It's mint.
It is. It's really, really cool. It's great fun to build, and these particularly, some HDF kits are like building Beebork and Ork Steady they were quite intensive. They were fun, but they were intensive. Whereas these, they're so simple. It's 4 sides and a roof.
I'm gonna have to ask, and I know nobody else will care, but for example, the one at the front there with the 2-story with the steps going up to the rooftop. You see where you see all them.
I have kept that modular, so the roof does come off that one, so you can turn it into a short tower, and then you can use that top bit and put it on top of the other buildings.
All right.
So I kept that bit.
The beams that are sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
Do they run all the way through and support the actual floor panels, or they're just sticking out for sort of like for show? Because they would be there, and like in that sort of building, the beams generally do stick out the walls a little bit, and the sort of the plaster.
Hang on, I'll tell you. I'll have a look. I don't think they do. No, I think they are just.
You want to do some of that?
No, they are. Yeah, no, they are. So I remember now. The floor of each bit has the beams sticking out, and then you push the walls, slot them in through that, and it just builds like that. That's it. Yeah. So they're very sturdy.
If the beams do run all the way through, when you put the floor on top of them, where the beams cross, if they're sort of like, nicked a bit out of each, nicked and knocked a bit out, so you can lie on top of each other.
So I think the idea is
it's just the flat floor of the little with the nubs.
The beams are just part of the same floor. Yeah.
Yeah. Get you. Clever. I'll work a treat. That's brilliant.
You got a little window for it. You could just about make them out there, but in the tiny little windows as well, they've got actual little window frames in, and you get like, I can't remember if they're cardboard or HDF. I think they are more HDF. You get them inside and you glue them from the inside to have the proper little window frames in. It's some nice little details.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm going to give these a sort of sandy paint job. I'm going to texture them up.
Just graffiti the shit out of them.
Yeah, just and then I've got the other ones that are Orky. I should have taken a picture of them that come Orky, and they've got all the old-fashioned checkers going round and the zigzag lines, round the tops. So yeah, I'm going to be painting them up in that old school style.
Very nice.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Lovely. Nice. And then finally, because I think you only chucked up 2 pictures, didn't you? There we go. Oh, hey, look at that.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a bit of a sore point for me.
Why?
These are because they've
the ones
been
you're
at
not going to
this.
get done.
Well, don't know yet. These are at this level, and they've been at that point for quite some time now. Because I have to have the terrain done. That's non-negotiable. But these, I don't have to have them done because I can still got snap, crackle, and pop that I can fall back on. But I really do want to take these guys. It's just finding the time at the moment. It's going to be a struggle, but I don't know. I'm not defeated yet, but I've got quite a bit to do. But I am liking the way they're coming along anyway. You can see what they're going to look like now. There's a lot of detail and stuff to add in that, but that is just flat color at the moment.
Oh, it's not good. So there's some nice weapons on that.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite dreads that I've made. Definitely. I'm gonna actually improve the spiked hammer as well. I've got some of that barbed wire stuff that I got for the terrain, and I was like, oh, it looked really cool coiling some of that around the barrel as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a bit of rusted barbed wire tangled around it, so bits of blood and gore and smashed into it and that. So
I love the grabber claw as well. I mean, I just painted a mint claw anyway, but
yeah,
it looks class on the dread.
Does look good, but it's massive.
And you don't really get the angle of it there, but he's got his old ball and chain shooting out like Hellboy 2 styley, which I thought it was just a cool way to use the wrecking ball from the truck. Like,
yeah,
I never put them on my trucks, so I've got to use them for something.
I used that wrecking ball on one of my mechs, on a big mech. He's holding it in his hand as he's swinging around as like a massive maul.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
And he's a bit legless down there, but you can see Crash down there as well. Let's see how he's coming along.
Shooty boy.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to using both of them because they're both 2 very effective loadouts. Like just 4 claws or 4 rockets is a very good loadout for a Death Dread.
Yeah.
I love how that hammer turned out.
Very nice.
What did you use for the hammer in the end?
That's plasticard.
Is it just plasticard?
So I made a plasticard tube, and then with a file, and tried to file to get like a 45-degree angle on every edge of it because I wanted it to have that Thor hammer sort of feel to it.
Was it quite thick plasticard? Was it to get?
Yeah, I've glued sort of 2 sheets together of the thin stuff, glued 2 thin together, and then I think I made like the inner ones on some of them shorter, so it's fitted together quite nicely.
Yeah.
And it even where it didn't line up and that, I just slopped lots of glue along it to the joins have filed it down smooth, so it ended up looking really smooth. And hopefully once it's all painted and that, I'll probably sort of texture it a little bit as I paint it, be quite rough with it because I want it to be a stone mallet as well.
Nice. Jinx.
Or do I keep changing my mind on that? Might be like just a old like metal style one, but I've gone in and carved scratches and dents and stuff all over it, so it's got a bit of texture to it. That.
Nice. And the skull, just to remind everyone, it's from the war rig, isn't it? Oh, is it called the war rig or whatever?
Yes, yeah. The skull is from the Warboss tower.
Yeah.
I saw that skull and I'm like that if ever I get that kit, I get it. One of our 40k community members was kind enough to. I can't remember if we swapped. I think we did a trade. He sent in sent him some flash kit bits. I think that's right. Yeah, he wanted some pirate heads and stuff, so I sent him some piratey bits.
Oh right, so you didn't actually get the kit.
No. I didn't buy the whole kit just for that part, although it was tempting.
Well, it's funny you mention that actually, because I did treat myself. Now that I've got NHS money, so
yes,
I got one.
That's where my tax is going.
Yeah. Reducing waiting lists and buying me shit. Yeah, that's the yeah. Good old hospital money.
Everyone's favourite truck driver's just turned up outside.
Well, I was just thinking it's nice to see our taxes being spent wisely for a change.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet. I know if I do make a wall rig out of it, I do know that the squig is going to have nothing to do with it, because I will definitely not run a squig for it. But I haven't decided quite what I'm doing yet. I have ideas. I have various ideas, but mostly I was just looking at it going, this is an excellent source of bits for various projects. So it might just be that I end up making a load of things that have absolutely fuck all to do with the war rig, which is more or less what I do with every Death Dread kit I ever get. Is just
I think the war rig in itself looks like awesome stuff for terrain, making towers and stuff. It's always platforms and things.
Yeah, very true. I think
you could make
I do have an idea to make a vehicle out of it. I do want to make a vehicle from it, and the problem I have at the moment is the main idea I have is to make it as kind of a stage, but a certain other Warboss might have already done that. Granted, he didn't use the war rig, but it does feel like I'm kind of just stealing your idea.
I'm sure it's been done before.
I'm sure it's Dreads originally, but
I was going to say I gave it to him anyway, so you're welcome to use it too.
I do have a third picture, Dim, as well. I have a third one.
Is there a third picture?
Yeah, it wasn't of miniatures though.
Dim, Tommy Max just saying we should be out on the doorsteps clapping for you. As well.
I didn't chuck that up. I thought that was from Dread, I think.
Oh no, that was the so the third thing I've been working on is stuff for the upcoming league.
Okay.
Fuck! It was the trophy, wasn't it?
It was no, it wasn't the trophy. It was just some of the editing that's going into the
bat stuff.
Yeah, bat reps. Yeah. So it was just well, sorry, audience. We were going to say a little teaser of what's to come, but
sorry, I didn't notice that picture. I overlooked it. That's my fault.
It was that impressive, guys.
Obviously thought it was top secret.
Yeah. There we go. And then Finn. Right. Get rid of this. There we go. And we're back.
Very good.
Hey.
Being quite productive.
Yeah.
Being productive.
Yeah. I'm playing around.
I was hoping to be more productive during this video.
Have.
Go.
I'm sitting here doing note,
I mean, I'm limited because
see how the tops of heads busy in a way.
Main hobby desk is back there, so there wasn't a lot I could do. So I've mostly just been eyeing up parts, basically, of what I'm planning to do next. But
I had to tidy up, so I've got like a space in front of us, which is unusual. So I'm just sort of reluctant to put stuff on it, get all my paints back out, and all that sort of carry on.
I've got a lot of cleaning up to do because I've got all my bits is just strewn all over the place. So, hey, look at that.
That's just confusing.
I'm making all of
that's
them. I'm making 20 of those. I've just been drawing all the little arrows while I've been sat here. They're going to be the table number markers on the tables, and some cups and shit. Yeah. Great.
Another thing I actually have handy, come to think of it, is I do have some of my Blood Bowl players that I'm working on at the moment. Are just within arm's reach.
Oh, talking Blood Bowl, gnomes are coming out this week.
Hey. I can't afford them yet, but I'm definitely getting them.
Have you pre-ordered them?
I will do the pre-order this weekend coming next weekend.
All right.
Yeah, should be.
I pre-ordered the Old World Orc and Goblin Battalion box.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm getting that on Saturday.
What's that?
Nice.
£750, isn't it?
No, but with 20% off.
Oh yeah, so
To
600.
get it from a third party, it's 600 quid.
Mm.
Who
But
asked
you get 12 orcs and 4 goblins, so that's
The old world stuff is what is no seriously, what is the price on that?
Officially, it's a ton. It's 100 quid.
Yeah.
I got it from a lot of the third-party places. The local hobby store, I rang them up and asked if they could get it in for us because they generally do a discount, and they said they weren't getting it. And they said no third parties getting it, but Element and Wayland both had it, but it was about one was full price, I think, one was a 5% discount. But then I found it on Alchemist Workshop, and they give it 20%. So I got it for 80.
Okay.
I quite like shopping in Alchemist because you can buy BattleTech from there.
He's decent. I've used them before a few times.
It's good stuff, yeah. And yeah, there's a lot of GW stuff on there as well.
Any problem.
I've actually been finding recently that Alchemist has managed to have more Orky stuff in stock than Darksphere has. And Darksphere has basically no Orc stock left, which I find a bit disappointing. So I've been getting from there when I've been ordering stuff anyway. I need to get some more boxes of Death Dreads because I'm running low on Death Dread bits. And I still haven't built a Death Dread. I've never built one. I've never made the fish. Well, I say that's not strictly true, but they're always converted into something that isn't a Death Dread. So like, I've got my one of my Grot Warbosses is basically a not Gazi, who uses a Death Dread as a power suit basically to amble.
How much
around.
is a Death Dread kit at the minute?
35, I think, with discount. Something like that.
With discount?
I think so.
No, that would put him over 40. I'm sure he's 37.50. I don't think he's hit the 40 quid mark officially.
Price
37.50. So that would be 30 quid. It's just because there's a little art supply store near me which had Warhammer stuff, and then they decided they weren't going to do it anymore because the new store opened in town, apparently, which I'm not seen. So they were selling all the stock off, and they've got it at the pre-price increase price with the 40% discount.
Oh,
bloody hell!
So I picked up the Canis Rex Knight, which is like 105 quid, I think, full price for like 57 or 56. And they had the old combat patrol, which they said was 90. With £38 off, so 52. So it's got a Death Dread in, basically, is what I'm saying. So if you're going to pay 35, 37 or whatever for a Death Dread, for an extra 15 quid, you could get 3 Death Copters, Warboss and Mega Armor, and of course, 20 of the new boys.
Woo.
Which you can use as quite a substantial pot of sprue goo. should you want to actually find a use for it?
I like the fact that, like, sometimes my negativity, frequently my negativity is not shared by members of the Warbosses, but we all fucking hate those boys.
The nail on the head,
we all hate those. Yeah.
It says something, doesn't it?
I think they're perfectly good for one.
Them.
Yeah.
It's perfectly good for one. If you have 10 of them, it's like, that's all right. Yeah, I can use them. Oh, I've got 20 of them. Oh, I've got 30. I'm going to get another. For fuck's sake.
I just hope I just hope that kit doesn't force us down the road of one day when you get boys, you have to buy them in mobs of 20, and 10 of them have to. A specific number of them have to have shooters, and the rest of them have got slugger and choppers, and your hands forced. If we ever get to that point, I'll be very unhappy.
I suffer that kit. Yeah.
I still think that
20 can be equipped with tiny heads.
The knob in that sprue is a highlight. It's much better than the knob in the OG kit that we still have so far. It's way better. I mean, that's a low bar because the knob model in that is
not
dog
really
shit.
Got little legs. What's knob short for? It's got little legs.
He means his legs. I don't know.
There's some of the boys are all right as well. Actually, some of the boys are quite well.
Some of
Two
the
them
yeah. There's
are
one or two
really
of
nice.
them look
There's a
really
few
good.
of them are all right, but there's a couple of them I think, oh, that's really nice. I really like that one. But then there's a couple that just
meh.
I'm
And
not,
the big shooter, I think the big shooter one, the big shooter boy, to my mind, looks the worst. I think that head is just stupid.
it's the head. The head spoils
Yeah.
it. You can put a head swap. You know, I built mine. I stuck a different head on him and give him a few extra bits and a banner pool with a spanner on it.
One whose
Basically
teeth don't fit his face.
hit him into a mech for me looters when I get round to doing some. You know, you can jump between the two units.
But I mean, I suppose if you buy if you get them once, then that's fine, and you can use them, and then it just gets a little harder if you get them again. But I mean,
Soft up me.
I that's the battalion box. Like, there's probably I'd want more Death Dreads, but I don't think I'd want more of anything else that was in there either. Because you want it's a mega boss, isn't it? A mega boss, and what's the other thing? Oh, Death Copters. Yeah, the Death Copters are nice, but again,
how many do you need?
no. Well, I mean, to be honest, this edition I don't even want them. I don't like them at all. I think the rules are terrible. I think they're very boring.
They were better in ninth, certainly.
Yeah.
They've definitely. I mean, they've went down in points as well, mate. But they've had a bit of a twat into the old nerf hammer in 10th. I mean, I've got 10, which again, you can't use 10. It's not divisible by 3. But
Do you not have them in 6 anymore?
you can have them in 6s, yeah. But I mean, I did have them in 2 units of 5. But now you can have a unit. I can have a unit of 3 and a unit of 6, or 3 units of 3, and have a spare one essentially. Or I could do another 2 and, you know, knock it up at 12, and then I could do 2 units of 6.
But then, like, you're probably not in a hurry.
Exactly. I'm not in a hurry.
I've
actually got one.
I think
one knocking about somewhere, just put together but unpainted.
I think they need to. I think they just need to figure out what they're supposed to do. I think that's the biggest problem that GW has is that they're a legacy kit that they've just not really fiddled with. They're not really modified. And I think they're a victim of an abandoned box set in the same way I think those boys are a victim of an abandoned box set. I think at some point Orks were going to be in a starter set. I think at some point we were going to have a starter set of Orks, and those copters and those boys were the big part of it. And what we ended up with is they went, right, well, we're not doing that box set anymore, but we might as well release them.
Yeah.
And the downside of that is that there's no modification whatsoever. There's no customization. And yes, GW are doing more monopores these days, but you do normally get at least a little bit of variation in the kit. Usually, but not with Orks. But I think we've been a victim of some very restricted games, like the buggies, for instance. There's no variation in them because they were designed for that themed board game. Now, the upside of that was we got probably more effort put into the designs of those buggies than we would have done if they weren't around a board game. The downside is that there's no modification there at all. And I think what we probably want when we get another kit the next time we get a release is it'd be nice to get something that we could fiddle with and customize a bit, because we've been lacking with that with recent releases.
Yeah, that's the essence of Orks.
But I don't know if you look at our previous video with the Rucker Truck Squig Buggy, I think we all did quite well with that one.
Yeah. Oh, you can still work with the kit. You can work with any kit, but at the same time, like, I can work with those. I can work with those kits because I have 30 years of experience within the hobby. Actually, it's more than 30 at this point. But I've got a lot of experience doing conversions, and I'm from a generation of gamers that were encouraged to do it. My concern with a new kit is always the new people who come into it, and they don't know any of this. And where do they find that information? And what they tend to find it from is unofficial sources, which is a shame because the official sources should be joining in, really. And on occasion they do showcase it, like they show it reasonably well on social media stuff. So, you know, lean into it a bit with the kits. I mean, they are starting to do it a little bit. They've obviously been getting some feedback and they're starting to listen, because there's certain factions are getting very posable stuff. So hopefully for us at some point.
Maybe that's why they stalled our release, because we did react badly to some bits.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I can still be excited about a kit. Like, look at those commandos. Like, those commandos are amazing. There's very limited stuff I can do with them, but they were excellent sculpts.
I'll be excited by the concept of them actually, like, you know, putting the effort and time into something. Like, I don't mind having to wait if they've actually gone, do you know what, that's not good enough for them, we need to do better.
Evidently, a lot of thought went into those commandos. And I think they were a good choice for Kill Team, to be honest, because it's a shame I don't like the system, because they've finally got what Kill Team was originally designed to do, which is to basically do your own version of the Dirty Dozen, but with your chosen faction. And picking commandos for orcs was a really, really good shout in that direction.
Yeah.
And it
made for that game.
gave you a squad of individuals that you could feel like were your characters, and that's what you want Kill Team to be, really. And they need to make more kits like that. And it's a good excuse to get like a little bit of individual character, and then they go, but you can still use it for 40k. But it is, again, it is a bit of a shame
for that. Every faction's got a cool sort of new unit or a new take on a unit. Even look at the Kroot from Kill Team. Now they're getting new Kroot now, but the Kroot from that set again are all individual and they're just really cool.
They look nice.
It's like a little teaser of what was to come.
It does
but like the orcs, the Kroot are sort of almost ideally suited for that sort of thing. Whereas they've done like the Eldari one with the strikers, the striking scorpions, the aspect warriors to put in. I mean, the nice enough sculpts and all that, but it is very much uniformed, which, you know, there would be. That's fair enough. I get that, but it is a bit
individuals, are they?
bit boring, to be fair, Whereas the Kroot, like the orcs, are all very much different. He's got this and he's got that, and they've all got different equipment, and as opposed to just, well, we've got that and this because we're them. You know what I mean? It's follow a template, a certain aspect, if you will.
I do sometimes worry though that that's the only way that anybody who isn't Space Marines are getting releases and stuff is whenever they're doing like board games or other associated media. So hopefully there's a little bit more budget and effort sort of there as well.
What's going on in the live chat? I can't see the live chat because
I turn my YouTube on.
It's all kicking off now that we've started venturing into the realm of opinion.
The Gitman, Jake too. Now Jude said, or young Jude should I say, says it's all about being creative with what you've got rather than wishing you could be creative with what you once had. From somebody who very much sticks to the instructions, mind Jude. So, you know, money way out this. I'd love to. I know you very much. I just do it how it's meant to be. I'd love to see you. You know.
I mean, it's very easy to defend the status quo. It's very easy to defend it. You just go, oh well, you know, you can't influence what they have to say. Okay.
Gitman, get a kit bash going, mate. Get a kit bash going.
You could be Kitman.
Yeah. Bash man.
It writes itself.
It does. Ork Warbosses are saying that there's rumours, now I've not heard these rumours, that the next big army box set, like the Leviathan, Marines versus Tyranids and all that sort of stuff, is going to be new Space Wolves versus Orcs. Now, I don't know if
they've not done that before.
By August. Well, they have done it before, obviously, but I think that would that not limit the sales if you're doing Space Marines will fit every chapter of a Space Marine player. If it's Space Wolves, that's
very limited.
Going to hamper you.
I mean, it didn't hurt Saga of the Beast, did it?
It didn't help Saga of the Beast
Yeah,
either.
they weren't the star there though, were they really?
Well, they weren't, but
when
they
that
were
came
fucking.
out.
They felt like the star when I listed the fuckers on eBay. I'm like, look at the fucking prices people are bidding for these.
Yeah.
Get in. That was some cheap
they
orcs I
space-
got.
Were they Space Wolf minis though? Because I got them. And
No.
I'm sure it was just princesses and
No.
in,
It was just just boring, bland Space Marines. And
No,
granted,
yeah,
Logan Grimnar on his
Yeah,
own,
Logan
like just
Grimnar.
sticking him
Yeah,
on
that
eBay
was
on
it.
his own
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
mate.
I flogged him.
People were
I
biting
flogged
your
him
hand off for him.
I still got that. I think.
yeah.
I gave him to my brother and he
That
fucking
was it,
sold
Ragnar
him.
Blackman.
Ragnar Blackmane is a cool character. And the Primaris version of him's not bad. But the rest of it was just like, I mean, come on, guys! You probably could have thrown in like a Primaris Space Wolf conversion sprue at least. You know, like you've managed it in fucking
maybe
third
this is
ed.
why they're having another stab at it and try and get it right this time.
Well, we'll see. It's either there's two directions it could potentially go. It could just be another one of these things where they go, oh, here, Orc players, here's the kits you don't buy, which is what they did with Stormclaw. Where it was
I was
grots,
cool
knobs,
with it
and cans, which was great for me.
Grots, knobs, and cans.
It was great for me.
It
I
was
got loads of cans and grots out of it.
I bought that.
Oh, Saga of the Beast I bought. It was just such a cheap way to get Mega Knobs and Gazzy at the time.
Mega
It was
Knobs.
just
They
so
were
cheap.
littered on eBay, weren't they?
Whenever there's a set and you've got the
Yeah.
other half of Space Marines, you are laughing because that shit will sell. You will have no trouble selling Space Marines. And it's always the way. The Xeno stuff is always less popular. And
Yeah, but that's why, because there's always more Space Marine shit. And the Space Marine players are so pandered to.
Use it to your advantage. It's great.
Just do something else. Like, guys, GW, if you're watching, you're not, because you don't like me. But if you were,
Space Marines are cool, aren't they? They
do
are
a,
cool.
do a starter set with 2 Xenos factions in it. For fuck's sake, just do it once. Just do it once. There'll be. I mean, the chances are there's probably is one that they've already done it once before, and I'm just forgetting. Maybe they have done it before.
Tanked.
I don't think there was.
I can't think of one, but
No.
They did have a set.
They did the
like,
flyer
so,
one,
like,
didn't they? They did
the Saga of the
Dark
Beast.
Eldar and-
There was Elder and Dark Elder one, wasn't there?
They did
'Cause they had a few
Orcs
of them,
and
didn't
Dark
they?
Elder,
They had-
didn't they?
They did one set with Orcs and Marine. They did another set with other factions. They did a couple of them. Didn't they, at that period?
The old enemy things they were doing, or was that just where they bundled 6 or 7 boxes together?
No, that was just the re-release and old
just to save us the bother of having to click on.
because I think in official starter sets there's always been Space Marines. I'm trying to remember that because I mean,
what edition did the Dark Eldar or Dracarias? So that's third, and what were they against Space Marines?
Space Marines versus
Yeah.
Dark Eldar. Yeah, the Dark Eldar.
Black Templars and Dark
yeah.
Eldar.
The Space Marines had like a whole tactical squad and a land speeder, and I think the Dark Eldar was just 20 Dark Eldar warriors, and I think that was it. And then there was some terrain bits. It was still a decent box set though, because you got the whole rulebook in it. Fourth Ed was what? It was specifically Ultramarine Space Marines with fighting against. Oh, was it specific?
Tyranids, wasn't it?
It was Space Marines and Nids. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember
was
whether the
a
Space Marines were
cracking
monopores
set.
or not.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, it was all monopose stuff.
And then,
the
obviously,
Nids were as well.
The one we know next is quite well.
Black Reach.
We all know about it. It's Assault and Black Reach because it was 5th Ed and we had Orcs.
Incredible.
And the Orc stuff was really good.
Such a good way to start an Orc army. Like, such a good step in the door.
Yeah.
Get you off and going.
Some boys, some knobs, some Deathcopters, a Warboss. Am I missing anything? I think that was it.
No, I think that was it. Yeah,
it was good
that
stuff.
the set.
And then the Space Marine side was pretty good as well. They had like a whole dreadnought and
five Terminators, Tactical Marines, Captain, and a Dreadnought. Yeah,
it's pretty
really
cool. And it was probably probably one of the few times they actually balanced the starter set.
And the little rule book. The little rule book.
That was so cool. The little rule book.
So useful.
So long.
Best invention GW ever did was those little rule books. Like
you could just slide it in your army case. It was great.
But yeah, And then what were the fifth, sixth Ed was Chaos Space Marines and regular Space Marines.
And then the same again in 7th.
Yeah.
Showed what a rush job that was.
It showed you how out of touch they were by the end of it, to be honest. Like,
then it was Nurgle, and then it was Necrons.
Yeah, I'm not good on the new ones. You will have to punt that because I've got vague recollection.
Death Guard, wasn't it?
No. Death Guard and Necrons and now Nids.
The Nid one I quite liked. I even liked the Space Marines in it. I'm all down for them.
The 10th starter sets are cracking.
I'm all down for them. I'm all down for them putting Space Marines in a box set if they're going to do something radical to the design of how the Space Marines look. So the fact that they use the box set as an excuse to go, do you know what? Fine, right? We'll make our Primaris look more like the old Space Marines that already looked good. Let's do that. And they did it with the Terminators and the Assault Marines. I think it was Assault Marines, wasn't it? But whatever was in that box set, and I was like, yeah, those look great. And the Nid stuff was pretty fucking good too. Like there's a great selection of Nid stuff, and it was a wide variety, so it was worthwhile. But would it hurt them if they didn't have Space Marines in the start set? I know it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen in a million fucking years, but it'd be funny if it did. It'd be interesting. I was quite surprised they didn't put Genestealer Cult in one of those at some point, but
the only way you're getting the starter set without Space Marines is if they supplement Space Marines with Custodes. That's the only way you'll get that set.
Yeah.
And would that really count?
Not really.
I think it'd be cool though. I think it would be cool. Yeah.
Or
I mean,
why not?
see, if they did Sisters of Battle, it would almost be spiteful. It's a bit like when they redid the squats and they were like, we're going to tease you with something that resembles a trike, but we're not giving you actual trikes even though you asked for trikes. It's that kind of thing of, we haven't put Space Marines in, but we're still stuck power armor in there.
I mean, I was pleased with the way the Votann came out, because if there'd been trikes and little fat bear bellies, like, the Black Widows from Every Which Way But Loose.
Yeah.
With the belly hanging out with us, like, tattoos on and like a leather waistcoat and a flying helmet, I'd have been all our new squad army. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I see. Oh, you faked me out there. I thought you were going to say that they looked good, and you didn't. You're like, they looked crap, therefore I'm not interested. Wonderful.
But the way they came out, I just went.
They really dropped. They really.
I like some of the range.
Yeah,
I like the vehicles. I like a lot of the vehicles.
There's loads of models across lots of different factions that I look at and go, I really like that. But it's not enough for us to commit to.
I liked the Ancestor model. No. That's it.
You'd like to play against it. You'd like to see a nicely painted play against a nicely painted Votann army on the other side of the table.
My question is that my issue with the core infantry is they look too much like Space Marines, and it's just like. It's kind of forgetting what how the squats fitted into things, because in Second Ed, they were that sort of like, if you wanted an army that was vaguely goody on the side of Imperium mostly, but was like, it was almost as tough as Marines, but had a nice mix of quite decent shooting and some combat. And they have gone with that on the whole, but it's not as 50-50 as it was, and I think that was kind of a mistake. And they also have they done the exosuits? Have they brought the exosuits back yet? I've not really been following the squats much.
Certainly not the way the exosuits used to be,
because they were fucking cool, like mini dreadnoughts. They could have done mini dreadnought squads. That would have been fucking cool.
Tall.
Yeah, like.
Can
you imagine like a mini squad of dreadnoughts? Well, we can, because we've got killer cans. But imagine like a swish looking version of that with a little bit of Viking thrown.
Yeah, I was just wanting to see a land train.
Yeah, we didn't get that.
That's what I wanted to see.
We got something that looks like
their centerpiece thing. Their big fucking thing is one of them. Because hell, I'd be prime for a looting.
their centerpiece thing looks like a Lego kit. To be honest, it looks like it should be in a toy
I
shop.
do like it. I like
don't
it.
like it
It's
at
so
all.
unusual, and I like a sort of moon buggy look of it. I just think it's out there in a bit.
I admire them for
Fucking-
going out there with Votan. I admire them having the balls to
Yeah.
kind of at least do something different. I
I
just
get
think,
what you mean about Lego kit looking. No, it
but
does.
like the thing that disappoints me is like I
They
mean,
did the Ninja Turtle meme that was going around, weren't they? Where they
oh
like
yeah,
the colours,
actually,
the
yeah,
colours.
it does look a lot
does
like
look
that.
like the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Like I
the
know
pizza van.
I know you guys don't care much for the AOS, but like one of the things I liked in AOS was when they did what the hell are they called? Is it the Arcanauts?
Yeah.
They are fucking cool. And when honestly, I was thinking of them, and I was thinking if they take what they've learned from the Arcanauts, drop the steampunk a little bit, and just throw some of that in with squats, there's potentially something quite good coming along. And then they did it, and it was just like high tech short Space Marines, and it was like missed opportunity. I think if they'd been more like taking like the Votan idea of taking some of the aspects of old fantasy dwarfs, but just sprinkling it in and making like cool sci-fi spacefarers, like there was something there. They should have borrowed more from that idea, and they should have had actual trikes as well, because like what's wrong with wheels? They work. I don't know. It's an interesting direction they've gone, but now they're stuck with it because they definitely can't do anything now, and that's kind of the issue I sometimes have with GW's ideas is that like
Starter set I'd like to see be Orcs versus Tau. Battle of the Dakar.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a cool.
that would involve them
Dakar
giving us
War.
good DACA though, and that hasn't been a thing they've done this edition. Is our shooting ain't that great at the moment.
Oh, we just fine. You just load up on it, and you just throw a fuckload of it.
Yeah.
It's something that hits.
Well,
It always does.
At least they haven't given us like a character with like a one-shot weapon that's never going to hit.
Anyway, what you on about? You're going to be you're using fucking 12 grot tanks. You're going to know plenty about fucking Dakar.
Oh yeah, the
you are.
grots can shoot really good. Yeah,
says Mr. Killtake.
I don't want
Hey,
orcs to
I'm
shoot
keeping
good
that
though.
one
I
under
don't
my
want
hat.
them to. I don't think. We don't want increased ballistic skill for orcs. I like orcs being on a 5+ to hit. I just think it.
Need more shots.
I think that's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
You
I was
just have
always
a
happy with
shitload of
ballistic
shots.
skill. Always
Yeah,
happy with
I
ballistic skill.
don't.
And the volume of shots we got with it.
Yeah,
It sort of bounced lovely. It bounced up lovely. You know, you're like half as likely to hit with a Space Marine, but you know what I mean? You're going to be firing 3 times as many. It's
and when you roll well, like holy fuck, you do some damage. It's just like it's
And
just
then it's pretty
beautiful.
funny when you roll really shit as well. It's funny. It's just funny.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
You roll
It is.
50 dice and you hit twice, and you're like, oh.
I don't even like the fact that certain units we have ballistic skill 4, but it doesn't mention like things like the flash kits were always ballistic skill 4, but they
That the target
they had targeted squigs, and it
finders,
was
yeah.
mentioned in the thing, the git finders and that. Yeah, but it's not mentioned now, and it's like, so like, why are they +4 then? I know why they're +4. I still see the bit of war gear up there that you're just not referencing, but that's every one of those
I
bits
don't
was
know why
a
they don't.
git finder.
Yeah, why don't they reference it? It's weird, isn't it?
And used to be
new players,
cool
yeah.
to be able to. It'd be cool to be able to equip your Warboss with that piece of war gear.
Yes.
That would be a good. Hopefully, they'll do that as an enhancement in the new Codex Git Finder enhancement for your Warboss or whatever character. That'd be cool. Another starter set I'd love to see, if we're just dreaming up perfect starter sets, would be Imperial Guard versus Tyranids, Hordes.
God versus
Yeah.
Hordes.
I'd get it, for me, it'd be Catachan as well. It'd be Catachan and just a heavy infantry. You'd get a couple of sentinels in there and stuff, maybe a squad of Ogrins. And on the Nid side, just a swarm with a couple of big Carnifexes in there. Whatever.
I'd quite like to see a starter set that channels a particular theme. So you could even do this with Space Marines, but I'd like the idea of 2 kind of like aerial based forces. So orcs would work quite well here. So you could have like Stone Boys. But I was also thinking like probably the perfect one to throw in if you did something like this is either Eldar and you finally give them fucking swooping hawks, or more cooler, Dark Eldar with some Scourgers and the Hellions, they're called? Hellions, they're on the skyboards. And bring back that bloody Baron Safenix character that they had in their codex and never did a model for.
They did a game. They did a boxed game with
Gangs of Gamorra.
Aliens and that in, didn't they?
Gangs of Gamorra.
Yeah. And it was meant to be really good, actually.
I bought it because I've always wanted to do a Hellion Skyboard army. I always liked that as an idea. Because there's not a lot about Dark Eldar that I find appealing, but
it ended up being a really cheap way to get them, didn't it?
Yeah, but they've never had a decent HQ that is themed in that direction. There's only got one character that's on the skyboard, and you wouldn't want to take him because he's nothing close to an Archon. Nowhere near cool enough to really take, because it's just like a beast master, and he's only got the skyboard so he can keep up with whatever creature he's whipping. But there was a character called Baron Safenix who's totally not the Green Goblin, but because they never made a model after the Chapter House thing, he disappeared from the codexes and he's never come back. And that'd be the cool thing to do, is to bring back a character that's missing and then have a theme. And you could have two aerial armies fighting each other. I think that'd be fucking cool. Like cool. They've blown a load with the Space Marine assaults because the assault Primaris are here, but that would have been a perfect opportunity to do something like that. But there's other things they could do of a similar nature, or even like hell, be a great excuse to update the Blood Angels, because the Blood Angels tend to have an awful lot of jetpack stuff. So you could do some Primaris Honor Guard, and you can do some do a new Dante. I don't know if there might be. Presumably they've done Dante, right? There's a new Dante, surely. They must have done.
Yeah.
Well, I know what the perfect set would be. The perfect starter set would be Orcs versus Orcs.
Yeah, but they'll never do that because that would be way too cool.
Shit.
No, they won't.
That'd be way too cool. They'll never do that.
Awesome, wouldn't it?
That would be fucking brilliant. They might do it. You never know. They might do it with AOS. You have Crawl Boys versus Orcs.
Well, imagine if they remade and actually redid Gorkamorka.
No.
I think Gorkamorka is it's quite a, considering it's been a discontinued game for so fucking long now. It's got a really healthy community, isn't it?
I don't even want to mention it because I'm afraid that they do it.
Yeah, but I reckon that they might. Because they
ruin it
on a lot of old games. Oh yeah, they might ruin it, but I reckon it'd be good for the models at least.
No, because
it would be good for the range, definitely, because it would coincide with new miniatures and shit. So yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, and artworks as well. So it's not just the rules you've got to worry about. Get some other nice stuff too, and dice and stuff,
and terrain and shit and that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with them bringing games back is when they bring a game back, and you want to run that specialist game in a store, not a store, in a club, and you go, right, let's play this, and they go, oh, we're playing the new one. And you go, no, I play the one I want to play. And then they go, why are we not just playing the new one? You got to put up with that all the time. And, like, I've got this with Necromunda all the fucking time.
Why can't we all just play cribbage?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking...
When
you were at school, you could.
Where you're going wrong there, Dim, is like what you want to do is totally fair, and I totally get the reason, just because you got to love it. Okay, it's totally fair, but where you went wrong was demanding that the others
No. I'm pointing out a minor inconvenience. It's not like a major inconvenience. It's just a minor one. It's just
Tim, when you were at school and you could bring your toys in on the last day of term and that, and everyone was bringing in like Kaplunk and Buckaroo and that, were you rocking up with a hoop and a stick and going, why aren't we all playing hoop and the stick?
No.
Why? 30 years old is still the best thing to do. Come on, woo, look at my hoop.
But the reason why I think they wouldn't
getting in trouble with the teachers, and he's like, "It's not my fault. They're all sucking off MB."
Hey, when GW worked with MB, they made good games. But no,
no, they did.
Just because you got a hard on for Milton and Bradley.
But the reason why I think they would not do Gorkamorka very well is because the spirit of Gorkamorka is the hobby aspect. It's probably the only hobby game I can think of. Because
Cluedo was shit.
Your
Colonel Mustard was so overpowered.
Your transport capacity was linked to how big your vehicle was.
Yeah.
Was Gorkamorka sort of like towards the end of when they sort of pushed you to do your own thing almost, to convert it into...
Yeah. Andy Chambers refers to it as his gingerhead stepchild. He's mentioned, he said exactly those words in a Reddit AMA, and he's called it a gingerhead stepchild in YouTube interviews as well. But
he did a huge
game.
amount, Gorkamorka. Like, this is coming from someone that's never actually played Gorkamorka.
Yeah.
This is someone that just read about it in Right Dwarf all the time and has benefited from the miniatures and stuff and the inspiration and like just knowing of all the lore of Gorkamorka as well, that really expanded like Ork lore and just delved into it in so many clever ways and different ways. And it was just so, yeah, it's been such an important game for.
Well, I'd
Orcs
been out
where
of
they
the
are
hobby.
now.
I'd like sort of knocked the hobby on the head by that point when Gorkamorka came out. But when I went on holiday, I'd always stop at the W.H. Smith's. You always used to get a magazine for the plane or something like that. And I'd see a white dwarf and I'm going to get a white dwarf. And I'd pick the white dwarf up just to have a look. And I used to see Gorkamorka and I used to look at it and think, fucking hell, why wasn't this around, like, whatever it was, like 5-6 years ago?
Probably because Mad Max wasn't. That's probably why.
And it was the one thing that always made us think, should I? No.
Yeah.
No, that's a this chapter.
Well, we will all get to see.
That's never happening again.
We will all get to
There's
see
so
how
many
it
good
plays
miniatures as well.
because we are totally.
Some of them old Gorkamorka orcs still hold up today really well, I think. And,
As a result, they cost a fucking fortune to buy, but yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But like, good luck getting the knobs specifically because they are like one or two of them are pretty fucking good. I think there's only about 3 of them, but they are amazing.
And they're all so cool, aren't they? They're really. They were the first ones of that. That was like they sort of set the direction of it from there, really. Where the knobs from Gorkamorka, and then they were followed. They came before the 3rd edition metal knobs, didn't they?
It's what GW always does. They do this the whole time. They use another game to fuel development for the main line 40k. They've always done it, and they were doing it with Gorkamorka. They use that as a vector to stealthily develop the Necrons, which were sort of a reconfiguring of Chaos Androids. And
we're talking about like
old
ideal starter sets. If we're talking about like new other games set in different periods, like again, I remember me and Dredd were talking about this in the car ages back, but talking about cool setting for I'd half like to see it and half not, would be the Unification Wars. I think you could do some really interesting stuff with that, seeing like proto dreadnoughts and stuff, and like the different human factions that are like a lot of them chaos without chaos.
I'd like to vote for the Van Dyer's Reign of Blood because it didn't involve any Space Marines whatsoever.
Yeah, I just think you could create there could be some very cool Mad Maxy kind of things going on there and all kinds of different things, but also not to see it because then it does delves in and exposes too much of like the prehistory and takes away all the mystery of it. Yeah. Sometimes it's probably better left to your imagination, but I think that would be quite a cool setting for a game,
They were talking about
obviously the Thunder Warriors would be the poster boys of that game, but then all the rival factions and stuff that would come about from it would be quite cool.
It would be such a colourful game. It would be like Mad Max meets what's that? Running Man. It'd be like that with loads of flowery, weird, fucking badass characters.
Thunder Warriors being somewhat like Custodes,
super
but
over
like more unpredictable and unhinged, and a little bit lose control of them every now and again and stuff.
I mean, you can tell it's barely been touched since Rick Priestley left because it's just full of his sense of humour. Being really, really good, ridiculous setting because it would effectively be post-apocalyptic because it's early crazy days. It's a really good idea for a setting. I know they were talking about they were planning to do a skirmish in a craft world, but it never happened. So they were planning to do that. That would have been interesting to see what they did with it. But they did Necromunda, and then they ruined themselves and fucked the budget with Gorkamorka, and because Gorkamorka failed so hard, they just knocked specialist games on the head. But the main reason that it failed was kind of a tragically foolish reason. They banked on its success, and they spent an absolute fortune making translated versions of the core books for Gorkamorka, particularly the Diginob expansion. And they made loads and loads of sort of translations of it, and it cost too much money, and they didn't get rid of all of it. So like they were practically giving them away. A friend of mine, Francis, he had a copy of, I think it was the Spanish, I think it was like Spanish or Norwegian version, was called Scavenob, but so what they did in
El Gorko.
What they often did is that I don't know if they've changed this. Presumably they have these days. They're big enough. They probably do translation stuff. But for a while, if you were Scandinavian or German, you could absolutely play Warhammer, but you had to learn English, because I think they stopped translating them because it cost them too much money. So presumably that's not the case now. Presumably they do get them translated. But
well,
I
they went through the whole stage of using data sheets with little pictures, didn't they, instead of words. This one's got a lot to pull it.
This one moves triangle.
Yeah, get away with pesky numbers. I don't know Spanish numbers.
Yeah, it's showing Kill Team. The way they've done Kill Team now, you've got far less freedom in how you build your Kill Team. It's
kind of against the
set.
principle of Kill Team, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bought the benefits out. It means that we got kits like the Commando kit, which we got otherwise.
You got a robot
but
voice.
Have I?
Yeah.
A bit crackly.
Oh, I don't know what I can do about that.
I've just had a quick scan through the GW website as well, just to check a few things. And the Ork Mech shop is indeed no longer there. And the Death Dread is $37.50.
That's mental.
So it looks like the mech shop's not going to be in the next codex then.
No, I've got it on a data card.
I wanted another kit of that. Before they got rid of it.
You might still be able to find one on the third party that's still got some in stock.
I'll have to keep an eye out.
Yeah, fucking hell. People are going to be looking at their sealed ones going, I'll flog that on eBay, then they'll be in high demand soon.
Because it's still maintained, it's a great kit. I mean, what I suspect they might be doing is removing the scrap terrain from it and then repackaging it, which would be nice. But I don't know if they'll do that.
For the same price, of course.
Oh, yeah.
So how would that be nice?
Well,
they'd do that and add a fiver on it.
Well, I was thinking more like that's the only reason why I didn't rush out to buy another one, because I'm just thinking I'm going to drown in these fucking scrap piles and never get rid of them.
Give them away. Give them away as prizes on the channel.
Yeah, true enough. But yeah. But we will all, just getting back to Gorkamorka briefly, we will all see what Gorkamorka plays like, because during one of the meets we're going to play it. And before we go, I kept trying to remember to bring it up, but
that should be the 2025 meetup.
Yeah. But someone was asking earlier if the meet's going to be a live video or a recorded video. The answer is yes. It's not going to be a video. There will be many videos from the meet. We're planning to do a lot of content while we're there. We've got all sorts of shit planned. So I don't want to oversell it or undersell it, but basically we will do a lot of stuff, and I think there's almost certainly going to be at least one live while we're there, and then there'll be lots and lots of edited videos.
We will definitely go live from location.
Midweek.
We'll do
We're aiming for multiple battle reports as well, so fingers crossed on that.
Quite a lot of people.
No need to cross fingers, mate. That's going to be fine.
It's going to be good.
Gucci.
We'll have a last look in the chat before we're...
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
I can't read them anymore because my phone died, so that's why I
All
was
right.
to read it.
Ah.
And I daren't touch my monitor because
Do I still sound like C-3PO?
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not as bad as it
more
was.
like Davros.
Ah.
Daggers is Ork Daggers says, as a bad moon, it was bikes, tank busters, scrapjet and Daggerjet for me in 9th. Love me Dagger, and even though everyone said it was the worst clan rules, loved the extra AP on the 6.
So did I. Yeah, here.
Yeah. The Gitman says already did it, Dante. You hated his new model because of the pause.
Oh, it's the stubby toe. It's Mr. Stubby Toe. I remember now.
Could
Yeah.
be anyone.
Yeah.
He looks like he's going the wrong way as well. I didn't spend a lot of time looking at it. It didn't.
I was just sure that they'd done it because I was pretty sure that they've worked through most of the chapter masters because they started with that, didn't they? They did they did like an important character for all of the chapters, I think. But again, I pay almost no attention to Space Marines at this point, so that's why I wasn't sure.
This and Snowgoot said before that his family Easter dinner's over and he's back to what's important. What is an Easter dinner? Is it just eggs and a bit of rabbit? Nice bit of beef. Nice bit of beef aged for 3 days in a cave, something like that. Is that
I had egg and chips for dinner, so that's kind of Easter dinner actually.
I'd burgers.
Bet that was cracking.
Bit of steak.
Lamb dinner.
Yeah, roast lamb for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is an Easter dinner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jude saying stay on target. I don't know what that was aimed at, but it could be.
It could be anything.
The whole
You've got to
episode.
be more specific, Gitman. Gitman, you've got to be more specific.
Every third comment, just.
Yeah.
We were pretty on target today. I didn't mention that mech again.
We weren't. We were in the middle bit.
There was, I noticed before, I can't find it in the chat, I'm not sure how far back it was, but somebody said there's been some leaks for the new detachment rules.
Okay.
What, for us?
For us, yeah, they mentioned
Oh.
it's on a War Tactics video. Seems
Oh.
a couple, I think it was Rock Lobster and Ork Daggers were talking about it. They've both seen it on the War Tactics video, which is the,
Stick a link in the old
two lads.
comment.
one looks like Danny McBride. And I
Stick
never
a
really
link.
get the eyes taken off his headband, to be fair, so I don't know what the other one looks like. They're doing sort of like quite meta-y stuff. You know,
Yeah, I was going to
chasing
say,
the
I don't think I would ever watch a video
the
where
meta, but
the name of
they've
the
done a-
channel has tactics in the name. Like,
yeah, they've done a video anyway on the leak, but that's the only source, or whatever truth's there, who knows? But I'll certainly be having to watch that just to see what the fuck. It might all be, take it with a pinch of salt.
because it's probably going to be Speed War, Dakar War, presumably, and we could have all guessed that those would be there, to be honest.
Well, let's bloody
I
hope so.
don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it, but I'm guessing Speed War.
I think we
Dakar War.
can, yeah, and
Hopefully
presumably
it's
one for Beast Snaggers, because I mean,
So-
why
so
not
Red
make
War.
the
Red War.
obviously better stuff make even better than it already is?
I'd love to see just like something that actually, I don't know if it would just be a standard sort of, the wide attachment we've currently got, but something for like a green tide, something to encourage you
Yeah.
to take a horde. Like,
Something
as
where
opposed
like
to
your
just
boys
boys.
could come
Yeah.
back on after being wiped out and just represent like a horde.
I'm very
list.
much toys before boys, but I'd like to
Yeah,
do that. Every time I've tried, I end up putting a lot of toys in as well.
endless horde detachment
That
would be very
That would
very
be cool.
How many does a codex typically have these days? Do you have like a fixed sum? Is there like 4 or is there 3?
I want to say 6.
Yeah, I think it does vary slightly
basically
between
on.
some of them.
Yeah, I think
It
Custodes
probably
got
does.
4, didn't they?
Yeah, I think the Tau
well,
got
even
4
9 of
as
them.
well. I think.
Presumably,
No,
Space
no,
Marine's
you
got
just don't do
fucking
it, mate.
loads. Presumably.
Well,
Although,
yeah,
I
well,
think-
it kind of would because you'd have for the Space Marines, then each sub faction of
yeah,
Space Marines would have their own.
it's at
separate
least
detachments as
understandable
well.
in the Space Marine case. I can
Yeah,
get my
I think
head around
they've
that.
got the 6 because they've got like a tank one and 5 others around.
Yeah.
So
Because the generic
I've not read it.
the generic we can't have a solo codex chapters all have different tactics, so that's understandable.
Yeah, it's got to cover like a lot of the quite big chapters, which aren't the the independent chapters like your Iron Warriors, your Salamanders, your Imperial Fists,
Raven
your
Guard.
Ultramarines. They fall under the normal sort of standard build, don't, or do they get their own codex? I can't remember.
No, they don't. They tend to fall in the. Well, what tends to happen is you tend to have a codex that
They
very
are the
much
vanilla
favors ultras.
Marines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it'll probably cater for other chapters as well. And then the Blood Angels, the Blood Angels, the Dark Angels, the Space Wolves will always be separate, and sometimes you get a couple of extras, like Templars on occasion, depending on the edition.
Got some good news for you, Tim. Tommy Mac said you can get the mech shops on eBay. They're about £99 plus.
Fuck that.
Oh, that was a big stick.
Oh,
I wouldn't touch them with yours. Jesus Christ.
Oh, lad, I got 2.
And this is probably, well,
I didn't buy one. I thought I had loads of time.
yeah,
I got 2.
yeah.
Oh, apparently there is a green tide detachment in the leaks.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, again, whatever,
I mean, they've got to have Green Tide. You've got to have Dread Mob.
I
surely.
suspect
They've never had a
they'll
better-
probably just pick. They're probably just going to pick like maybe 1 or 2 clans, give them a detachment, and then you're probably looking at Cult of Speed, which will sort of be Evil Sons as well. You'll have your Beast Snaggers, because why wouldn't they lean into that? And then I think that'll probably be a lot.
Something daiquiri, I reckon.
Yeah, they'd have to take daiquiri for freebooters and bad moons at the same time.
Yeah.
You've got two
Oh,
stars.
bad moons love a daiquiri.
And Death
Probably
Skulls.
banana
Strawberry?
daiquiri. Because of the,
Well, yeah,
because of the colour.
the colour, yeah.
And then
but the rumour apparently is Dread Mob, Green Tide, Nobs Elite, Speed, and Snaggers.
is it
Tidy.
Absolutely.
right?
There's no Dakar there. There must be a Dakar. That's common sense to have like some sort of Dakar war in there. That's
No, let's keep
Fine,
our guns
that's
shit.
fine.
Yeah, fine. Right.
Nobs Elite.
Hmm.
I'd be quite. But yeah, the Dread Mob, Green
Oh,
Tide.
oh,
yeah.
You know what that'd
Saying-
do, don't you? Knobs will be battle line.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
I'd like to see.
A lot of
I'd
people
like-
have been crying out for that,
Green Tide,
so-
is it?
I would like to see a Grot detachment as well, though.
Yeah.
Nah, never
Yeah.
get that. Never get that.
Not that bothered. Grots.
But saying that, you've got cans and Grots in the actual the list, haven't you? Outside of Legends and
Tournament players make far too frequent use of grots. That's why they
Those
left
and,
battle line. I suspect. That's why grots aren't battle line anymore. I presume is because tournament players take them for cheap objective fodder. I mean, they still work as cheap objective fodder, but yeah.
apparently, again, rumours, the Dread Mob is a buffing tree, lethal, sustained, etc., but at the cost of hazardous. So I take it your guns get hazardous, but you also get another benefit, whether it's lethal wounds, sustained shots, whatever. And the one strat for the Green Tide is plus the round number to your charge. All right, so you add the round number to your charge distance. So plus 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, depending on how late it is. I think that's just a strat, though. Again, rumours, but
Sounds a bit shit, to be honest.
the leaks haven't shown all the detachments. I'll have to watch this video and see what I think. But
Because the
if there's
thing is
only if there's one place getting the leak, and I think War Tactics are about 2,000 to 3,000 subs, so they're not like a massive channel.
Oh, them guys. Oh,
So, it generally if it sticks out the likes of Allspecs Tactics or even, Valrak or someone like that who's got half a dozen bugs.
these are the sorts of orc
Walls or what have you inside.
generals that say warg. So yeah, no.
I do tend, if I hear the hard G pronounced at the end of war, I do tend to think, oh, yeah,
I have to say, maybe I could just very easily be wrong, but the Knobs Elite is so left field. I could believe it came from the design studio. So don't be surprised if it turns out to be correct.
Yeah, we'll see. It can't be too far away, can it? I don't think it's come out before the meet. I mean, we've only got 3 weeks to come, haven't we?
I think it'll be
come out the week we're away. It'll come out.
Oh, well,
it's only like 3 weeks away.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'll probably happen.
Do you know what I think?
How
so. About the day before we go? I bet it comes out the day before we go, and we get the points update the same day, just to fuck us.
I'll be right.
They haven't even they got to do the preview. The pre-order will be 2 weeks when it always do the pre-orders for like 2 weeks. We're 3 weeks away just about to go, so I don't think we're seeing it before we go or during. I think it'll be just after.
Maybe.
I think they're going to start revealing stuff very soon. Sneak peeking stuff. I think we get like a week of sneak peeks on Warhammer Community.
They generally start like leaking, sort of previewing stuff themselves a good few weeks. Well, a few weeks before you can pre-order. So
do people think we're getting much in the way of new kits?
No,
I tend to agree.
I think it's that mech, and that's it.
Yeah, very underwhelming.
I think if we were, we would have seen it before now. Yeah. And there hasn't been a sniff. I mean, even like what do they call it, the rumor engine and all that sort of stuff, that was months ago now.
We have seen most of the rumor engine stuff. I think the only thing I think we might get a surprise character. I think if we get anything, I think we might get one of our special characters back. If I was to put money on it, I would assume Badrock, but
yeah. Digidevolution is asking are the lists we're using for the meetup using the War Tribe? Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah.
Because what else we're gonna do? You know what I mean?
I've not even looked at the formation stuff, so I don't even know what any of it does. So
it's exploding sixes there. That's pretty much it.
Is that it? Is that just shooting or combat? Combat, right?
Combat.
Yeah.
That's across. That's what Orcs get them into the War.
It's the old Goth detachment, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've only ever got like one little bonus anyway, but the other ones will come out with the codex, so we'll probably not see that before the meet.
I don't have a particularly choppy list, so it's not going to affect me much anyway. So
nah, not really.
I mean,
you'll probably want
if
to
combat,
stay away from
if combat happens, I'll get stuck in. Like, I mean, the grot tanks can be pretty good in combat, so long as they don't run into some beast snagger boss.
Yeah,
and remember, all your units benefit. There's far less restrictions on what stuff now. They benefit from the war. They benefit from stratagems.
Always should have
the stratagem says otherwise.
They always should have done. They should have
They benefit from the detachment.
Well.
They benefit from the detachment rule and everything as well.
That was just a stupid thing. It was so stupid. I mean, granted, like
they put that in there just for you, Dim.
Yeah, I think they did. I think it was spiting me specifically.
No, it was.
Well, look, they're being nice to you now. I was saying that's not happening now.
Because they're lulling me into a false sense of security. The second the codex hits, it'll be back to the old ways. The grots get nothing again.
Which way do you prefer?
Ways. Well,
either way, I
get to get alone about it. It's fine.
Did you ever get a Christmas present you really wanted? And I should have had this last year.
There's no shiny side to this coin.
No. If I got like a grot detachment thing that was all about grot.
Never sunny side up, is it?
I'd be delighted. I'm just not expecting it because whoever's wrote.
But wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, but whoever's wrote the last two codexes does not like Gretchen. Like, because the rules
No,
were
they're
not
like
fun,
Gretchen. They just don't
not
like you.
interesting. Well, yeah, it's just an easy choice to make on that one.
They like Gretchen right now, mate. That index is the grot units throughout the index
Yeah.
are some of the best.
Yeah.
For
stuff in that
now, until the codex hits.
Apparently, the person who leaked the attachments is the same playtester who leaked the Tau stuff, and that turned out to be true. I mean, they want to get rid of him. To be fair, don't they?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
And he's
reading
been
that.
sacked.
Take it the article doesn't have a picture of him like looking nervously at a camera or something.
I mean, chances I was, well, I don't know, but yeah.
What are your
Mine
sources?
lays
This
as a
guy.
GW playtester. Memoirs of a GW playtester.
Yeah. Well, that's it, really. I'm sure we've missed loads out of the chat. Apologies if you asked anything and we didn't see. But that happens.
Hopefully
But
you've
if you put
enjoyed
if you put
our
your
ramblings.
if you do have a question that we didn't answer, just type it again, stick it in the comments, and we'll get it answered for you.
That's very good. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, we are very good like that. We might miss them
That's
on
a
the
good
live,
thing.
but we'll catch them in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like a
Well,
good plan.
thank you everyone for joining us. You saw a little bit of what we're working on at the moment, and the rest of the time we talked a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
But listen, at this point, guys,
Standard, no?
you've only got yourselves to blame. You know what to expect from this. If you keep coming back for it, tough shit.
Exactly.
But you
Exactly.
did get to see towards the end. Steve
You deserve what you tolerate, you know?
Which was pretty nice, gravelly.
He's turned into a Necron, hasn't
I'm literally sitting here dressed like a Cyberman right now.
he? Sound like one.
Elite. Right, anyway, we'll just delete this fucking video anyway. Bye-bye, everyone. This is 6 plus Steve-O signing out.
Catch you later.
Enough said.
Catch you in the next one.
Toodle pips. And I've got to end the bloody stream, so.
But this is all good.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah.
Bye.